Hello. you Charlie and Wayne managed to corpse both
Wayne's
Apollo
fault.
and I. Yeah, all Wayne's fault. Hi everybody, hello, and welcome to Some Other Heroes, the highly professional D&D stream that you've all been looking for.
Streamlined, profesh.
Exactly. Hi everybody, welcome to our homebrew game of Dungeons & Dragons set in a world of skyships and floating islands and strange magics and deep mysteries. I am Chris, I'm the GM, and I am joined by my beautiful queer Dungeoneers. Say hello, queer Dungeoneers.
Oh, hi.
Queer Dungeoneers.
Also with us is a wonderful, wonderful, handsome special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Oh my god.
A little old me. Yeah, my name is Apollo. I'm an Irish cosplayer when I have time and money, a voice actor when I remember to send in auditions, and TTRPG performer when people drag me out of my bed, and I'm
Yes.
like, yep, I'm in front of a mic. That's what I'm here doing today.
1 out of 3
Want me
ain't
to say
bad.
who I'm playing? 1 out of 3 ain't half bad at all. Do you want me to say who I'm playing, or?
Yeah, just introduce your
Sure.
character.
I'm playing the Star Elf Tiberius Starflash. He is like a black Caesar Flickerman.
I
Slightly,
can fucking see that.
slightly fruitier.
Wow, that's
because that's a
pretty
high
fruity.
bar.
Yeah.
That's a high bar. So it's only slightly. What's the third identifier for? I think he has a dumpy, but it's hidden under all the ropes.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
He's caked up, but nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Stealth cake.
Wonderful. Before we dive into today's episode and you find out more about Tiberius and possible what he's hiding under his robes, who knows? See where it goes. We have a couple of small bits of admin, starting with Wayne.
Just a weekly reminder that on this channel we actively work as a group and as a channel to create a safer space that is both inclusive and affirming for LGBTQIA plus individuals and, in fact, all marginalized communities. And while we are generally a very pleasant and charming and some would even say friendly group, discrimination like homophobia, transphobia, racism, ableism, misogyny will not be tolerated on the stream at all. So in short, please don't be a dick.
No turfs, no Tories, get fucked.
Way! Thank you so much. And to assist with that, we have 2 wonderful mods. We have the amazing Hedge, who goes by Hedgehawk UK, and we have Nikki, who is Bespectacled Man. Both of whom are in chat.
Couple of
If you
babes.
need them, they carry huge band hammers. We like them. We like them armed here. Our mods. Some of you may notice our Michelle. He says finding the angle is not with us again today. She has burned all her spoons, being super social on an amazing holiday, and she is taking some much deserved rest. So we are sending her all our love. We miss you. We are really glad that you had such a great time, and rest up. We will see you next week.
Love you, Michelle.
Love you, Michelle. I don't have any shout outs this week. I think I thought I remembered something, but it's gone. So I've been in meetings all day. It's fine. So I guess that just means it's time for us to drop the titles. we are back, which just leaves for me to say, previously on Some Other Heroes, our adventurers have awoken in a strange arena in a place called Steel Town. Before they could establish anything about what was going on, they were thrust into combat, playing out some of their earliest adventures, but with flair and pizzazz that wasn't there. A mysterious voice.
Wasn't there.
Yeah, you guys fell down a ladder the first time you fought rats. It was...
Pizzazz.
No, guys, plural. I didn't fall down that. Thank you.
Fine. I fell down a ladder with pizzazz.
Although Eugene did fall into sewage.
If you'd like to
think
see
you're
what
fine.
really happened, our entire history is available on YouTube.
Cannot legally fact check pizzazz ratings. That is unethical.
First, fighting giant hordes of rats, as they did in their very first adventure together, and then moving on to a combat with a strange replica of the eerie ghost created by one Pyron Pyrus before they even knew who he was. They got to meet the mysterious MC, a character known as Tiberius Starflash, a handsome middle-aged star elf with oozing charm and charisma, and not giving them a time to kind of work out what's really going on. It does seem they have signed some sort of contract that allows them to get help, but in return they must put on a show for the residents of Steel Town. Their second combat completed, the arena goes dark. The panel you are standing on falls slowly down till you come into that familiar space where you were before. Darkness all around you. Sorry, excuse me. You can see the strange wood-made, like tree folk, kind of resetting some of the things. That female Aragana is kind of helping them out, and a couple of other dwarves who you've not seen before. It's not long before a door opens and Tiberius steps through, flanked by another man. If I can just find my NPC sheet. A human man, probably about middle-aged as well, a little portly, but with a broad, handsome smile, and a gentle demeanour, chatting deeply in conversation with Tiberius. Brilliantly done, Tibbs. Absolutely beautiful. Great show. Just what we needed. I think the people of Steel Town really appreciated that. And you, my wonderful heroes of the hour.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. I am Arbiter Janif Graal. This is my humble establishment that you have agreed to frequent for your stay, which is wonderfully generous of you.
On that note, the agreeing part seems to be a little hazy in all of our memories. Is this usual for your, what should we call it? Abductees?
Abductees? No. Champions. And no, you signed the paperwork. It was all done in front of us.
But when though?
Well, 2 days ago.
2 days?
That's right, it's about that, isn't it, Tibbs? No,
That sounds about right, yes.
yes.
Guys, what were we doing 2 days ago?
I'm just going to sort of look directly at Aisling and Eugene, completely ignore the other two, and just not even trying to whisper it, just be like, I'm not the only one who does not remember actually signing these, correct?
I don't.
Okay, good. So I'm not going mad.
No.
Do you think Do you think it's possible they might have upset the Nexus?
What is that? Another weirdo?
Well, it is entirely possible, yes. They are quite... Well, their behavior in the arena has been quite remarkable. I wouldn't be surprised if the Nexus had played a trick on them just to make things a little bit more entertaining.
Hello, sorry. Still here. The Nexus?
The Nexus is the heart and soul of Steeltown. They provide us with everything that we need. They are the greatest invention of the great builder himself. Without...
If you've been listening... Oh, no, go on, you.
Go. Yeah. Yeah.
So, if you've been listening to my opening commemorations of each round, you will have heard me say, under the light of the Nexus and the hammer of Adzi. Adzi being the great builder. Of
Yes.
Steeltown.
Familiar with that. I did not realize the Nexus was a thing, per se, that you interacted with or had some kind of communication
Oh,
with.
well, no one interacts with the Nexus. It is
What
forbidden.
is the Nexus? Is it
Nobody
like
has
a
seen it. We
person?
just know it is there protecting us.
Like a god?
I don't know. We don't really hold with gods here in Steeltown so much,
But
but
that sounds exactly what you just described as a god.
It's also what people say when asked about proof of their god.
Yeah, God said it.
As you,
So it's real.
as you guys are questioning, I think you just see, like, the corner of my mouth just kind of curl into a smile as I'm like, ah, hell yeah, there we go.
I think Aisling picks up on that with her insight. To be fair, you are the first outsiders in a long time. We are not 100% certain on how the Nexus would react to your arrival, but we know that they allowed you in, so that is a good sign. You must be weary and it's
Bleeding, yes.
I'm bleeding and confused and slightly angry.
Tiberius,
I'm
What she
angry.
said.
I haven't been to the loo in a while.
oh, you may find that is not necessary anymore. Tiberius, would
Huh?
you...
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
Circle.
What?
What?
Well, in Steeltown, the light of the Nexus protects and sustains. You will notice that some bodily functions that are quite cumbersome, you won't really need to do those while you're
The
here.
Nexus takes your pee. How? What? No.
Well, it just kind of does. You just don't need to. Your body is being
Do you
sustained
need to
by the light
eat?
of the Nexus.
Not so much,
You
only
don't
for
need
enjoyment.
to, but people choose to eat for enjoyment. Like I said, we have restaurants, we have pubs, we have entertainment venues, we have everything.
Guys, are we dead?
No,
No, you're not
but
dead.
somebody could
Hey,
be
I was
sure.
talking to them.
Oh, okay. I'll respect your whispering.
A very loud, definitely not trying to throw.
Now,
Can we see this Nexus?
oh, no. Nobody goes to the Nexus. It's very
So
protected.
where is it, just out of interest?
Oh, you'll see it, but you can't go to it.
Why not?
It's forbidden. Adzi
By
forbade
who?
it. Adzi forbade it.
Where's
Actually,
he?
did not forbade us from doing it.
Where's
It is
that?
for our own protection. For if we mess with the Nexus, we could unravel Nexus. Everything could be unraveled.
It's pretty simple.
Follow-on question. How long has the Nexus been here?
As long as Steeltown has been. Isn't that right,
Which
Tibbs?
is-
Yes, the promise of Steeltown is quite simple. There are some very basic rules. Don't try to go to the Nexus. And in exchange for that, you get bliss, a long, long life, and hedonistic joys to your heart's content. It's a veritable garden of paradise.
So we're not dead, but it's definitely a cult, right? wanted to make sure. Just wanted to make sure.
Rock's going to stage whisper, yes, I think it's a cult too.
It's a really spooky, weird, basic one.
Okay, basic. That's what I take offense with.
Everything was fine until basic.
Yeah. Insulting
Call me
their
a
whole
cult if you want.
religious
Don't
shit.
call me basic.
How
Yeah.
dare?
Tiberius, you're so much better at just explaining these things. Why don't you take our friends for a drink so that they can acclimatise, rest, relax, and you can introduce them to the wonders of Steeltown, the beautiful populace we have here, and they can understand a little bit more of our situation.
Of course, I will regale them with our histories. Come along. Good thing about the Nexus, no hangovers. Let's go.
Oh, Ski would fucking love this.
Well, I mean, we should probably investigate that theory.
There we go. There we go, Rock.
Am I able to insight check how crunk Rock is planning on getting?
I mean, you guys can do a roll-off if you wish.
Okay, it's 23.
23. Rocky, perception? Or persuasion? Your choice.
Crazy.
Deception seems to be more likely, to be fair.
I know I'm beat. Maths doesn't take that long if it's a lot.
Yeah. The thing is, I mean, I did beat you. But
Yeah.
the thing is, Rock by now would know that Aisling picks up on most things. And if Aisling doesn't, then, Eugene and Skia will. So I think what Aisling gets from that is that it wasn't Rock's usual enthusiasm for going for a drink. And there appears to be like an ulterior motive of some sort.
Ooh. Okay. I'll go along with it then.
Also, I'm going to try and just communicate with Eugene telepathically as we are sort of following Tiberius, and just say to Eugene, any ideas on the Nexus?
Not currently, but it's definitely something that warrants further investigation.
Yes. Also, I'm intrigued by what powers it.
Yes, me too. I had a question for the DM, our character. Can you remind me, please, what the lawkeeper said to me?
Going back a little bit. Adsi defied death and has lived longer than his time and has severed himself from the world. And the lawkeeper wants him back because he's concerned, they are concerned, whatever he's doing may disrupt the greater balance of the universe.
Oh, no biggie.
I think that was
Don't worry
the
about
general
that.
for just...
But don't worry about that.
He said
made a cool
someone
town
was
with a
trapped,
tournament
right?
arc.
Or something like that, if I remember.
Something was trapped. He had trapped something.
Okay.
Doesn't sound relevant to me.
That's
don't
the
think
voice.
that's
That's the
relevant.
voice of the Nexus, clearly.
Yeah, I do think we need to find a way, however we can, to get closer, at least. The lawkeeper told me that Atsi had severed himself somehow, or trapped something here. And I'm guessing that whatever it is in the Nexus, or is the Nexus.
Okay, well, let's play along and see if maybe feigning fascination with the Nexus can get us a little closer.
You guys
Place to start.
You guys follow Tiberius up. A elegant set of stairs be decked with images of heroisms and stories. A new cloth is hung showing your adventure in the sewers.
Oh,
Easily
all
impressed here, aren't they?
places.
But in a much more heroic way than you remember it. Like the three of you standing back to back, fighting
We're all
ancient
like
foods.
chiseled and buff.
Yeah, exactly.
Oiled.
With a, you've
Yeah,
got
that's how I remember it.
Ashling
Yeah.
blasting into a group of very vicious-looking rats. Rock standing toe-to-toe with a twisted, evil-looking spirit, and Eugene deep in conversation with a god of rats.
Oh, I don't remember us looking that cool.
Of course we did. Keep moving.
As our friends step out, the Arbiter expression changes. He turns to a familiar-looking Warforged who has walked into the room. Find her. Find out where they've taken her. We need her back for the next show. Don't let Tiberius or the others worry about this. Steps off into the darkness. But our friends, who did not hear this, step out into a bright and brilliant light. A slight eldritch haze of like a huge everlight above you. As you guys step into Steel Town for the first time. If you have alchemy open, let me just...
Yep.
Very
Here we
cool.
go.
Cool.
Metal buildings everywhere, and in the heart of it, a floating tower with beams of energy flowing through it. Pulses coming back and forth. People moving back and forwards, shouting and cheering and whooping your appearance, congratulating you on a show well done. It is a busy, bustling, lively town.
Tiberius, is that the Nexus?
That is indeed the Nexus.
Spotting it.
Yes, that is the Nexus.
What gave it away, Ashley?
Thought you said we're not allowed to go see it. I'm fucking looking at it.
Well, you're not allowed to see it too up close. This is fine.
You don't want to see the tape holding it together. Tiberius, if we are one of the few who the Nexus has allowed through, what is usually entertaining people at that enormous stage that we just came from?
Well, the Gauntlet usually has a lot of homegrown talent participate in it. We will find stories of adventurers from throughout the worlds, and we will collect them here, and we will do our theatrical combat adaptations of it. It's quite common for people to have participated in the Gauntlet, so most adult denizens of Steeltown will have tried their hand at it probably at least once before. But it is very unusual to have a outsider do it instead. If you have any
Interesting.
questions about the town, I'd be more than happy to regale you with our history, our culture, or our drinks and food. Which
I'd love to hear more about Atsi, the builder.
Oh, yes, that would be fascinating. I mean,
if you have anything to tell us?
Of course. Well, Adzi the Builder saved Steel Town is the best way that I can put it.
oh, how so?
Well, there was a time before Steel Town where we were all members of a community that was dying. It was decaying, and we needed salvation. I was young, too young before what we call the ascension of Steel Town.
This isn't a religion, alright?
I do remember that the world was dying and so was everyone around me. There was sickness, pestilence, war, famine, death. And then Adzi came up with a plan. And we all said, yes, we trust you. And Adzi put his plan in motion, and Steeltown has stood for over 1,000 years since.
Why was everyone dying and everything all busted? What happened?
You remember 2 words, though not many details, Tiberius. The Wild War.
I was too young to understand most of what was going on. It was chaotic, very volatile. The few writings that still refer to it call it the Wild War.
Have we heard of that?
No.
No.
But, Aisling, you can make a history check with advantage.
Gonna fucking need it. That's an intelligence stat.
You can add 5.
Champion, thank you. Oh! Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I'm looking at that. I'm not adding anything to it. 24.
24. Aisling, you're like, it's not called the same thing, but the war with the AL was a war with the wild that your people particularly deeply remember, as it affected you on a very personal level that you and other Fae still have to deal with 1,000 years later.
Okay.
So what happened
Yes.
to Atsi in the end?
Well, Adzi put his hammer to work, and that's not a euphemism, though many young people do think it is. He got to work, and the Nexus came into being through Adzi's work, and the Nexus saved us. And ever since, Adzi has been sometimes in the town and sometimes maintaining the Nexus, making sure that we survive.
Have you met him? Does he just wander about?
Have I met him?
Yes. Yes, he's
lovely.
He personally interviewed for your job at the Gauntlet. He was one of the people who
Dang.
helped select you for that. He is a very tall, well-built, black-scaled Aragana.
It's like, yes,
Sickening.
of course.
Ah,
Now, I wouldn't consider Adzi and I the best of friends, but there's a professional respect there. Adzi interviewed me personally for my position here at the Gauntlet. He knew that he needed someone who could, pardon the pun, but stand the test of time. Somebody who could entertain the masses year after year, century after century. And, well, he hasn't called me into his offices yet, so I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
How long have you been doing this job?
About 200 years.
oh. Okay. Do people not... I know you're obviously like an elf, so... But do people not age while they're here?
I'm gonna do that slight smirk again. I think we should find somewhere a bit more private to continue our conversations.
That sounds like a very good idea, as long as they have wine as well.
Do you think I'd take you anywhere that didn't have wine?
And cheese boards.
You know I'll eat up a charcuterie board.
Okay.
I'm going to follow Tiberius's lead, but Rock's going to just put his arm in Tiberius's arm as they walk, and just very quietly, just with a smile, kind of say, "But don't think you've got away without answering that question."
Oh, I have far more interesting questions for you to ask. Don't you worry.
Oh, good. Let's get somewhere we can sit and drink.
Aisling feels left out, so she links arms with Eugene.
Aisling and Eugene, can you both make me a perception check?
Yeah. 24.
24.
26.
Nice.
Oh.
As you link arms and you kind of smile at each other and step in behind Rock, possibly even rolling your eyes as once again he's off flirting with some stranger. You both instinctually kind of look around you, and both your eyes momentarily settle on a small human girl with bright green hair wearing a dress that looks like it's made of petals.
Oh.
As someone walks across her, she vanishes.
I'll sort of squeeze Eugene's arm a bit. Like, ah! Ooh, ooh. Did you?
Yeah, I saw it too.
Okay. It's like
There's something definitely off about this place.
But that was a less scary, quick apparition than we normally get.
On the surface, yes, I'd agree.
Oh,
But
that's true.
I think
She might be
any-
a monster.
Any quickly disappearing apparition is probably not.
Children are quite scary.
Just as a general rule.
Yeah. Especially the really innocent, cute-looking ones. They're the ones you've really got to watch out.
That's why it says on so many household items, keep away from children.
Exactly, because
Just general advice.
Yeah, good advice.
I've worked with kids a lot. There's no such thing as an innocent kid. They all have demons in their eyes.
I know, it's great.
Well, Aisling, you're good at spotting things. You keep your eye out for her.
Okay. Yeah, I'll specifically keep my eye out for, like, Petal Child. Which means I'm not looking where I'm walking, so I'll probably fall over a couple of times.
It's okay, you're linked arms with me.
Exactly! Eugene's big,
I'll be your
strong,
eyes.
chiseled elf now.
Yeah.
Strong, no. I still got a -1 in strength. I might be taller.
That 8 strength is gonna save me.
I mean, there's a number of places Tibbs can take you, but my favourite, I think, or his favourite, probably is Adsi's Gift. Place known for its drinks, its company, and having one of the gentlest and kindest bar people you've ever met.
Aww.
Do I know who the like? If there's, I'm gonna go by fantasy logic that there's like one main bartender that everyone knows, who
That has
is
all
like,
the quests and
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Marnie
Who's the quest giver
Pedaljam.
NPC of this? What's the name of this?
Marnie Pedaljam. She is a halfling who runs Adsi's Gift, and she is the heart of the bar.
Your names have
I'm
been
gonna-
on point lately, by the way, Chris. I'm loving
Thank
them.
you.
They've been great. I'm gonna walk in, arms spread open. Marnie, how are you? It's great to see you. Look beautiful, Marnie.
Have you come
I
to pay
have-
your tab?
Oh, I've come to add to it. Let me introduce you
It's
to
good thing
the
I
chosen
like you,
of the
Tibbs.
Gauntlet.
Oh, yes. Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad you chose my place. And she hops down off of a stall that she's had installed behind the bar. This is designed for tall folk, not for halflings at all, but she clearly has just made her own half-assed attempts to try and make it comfortable. She wanders around the bar, which is quite busy. lots of people, all of whom are kind of like stopping and kind of hoping that there's a chance to kind of talk to you. And she steps around, and she is wearing loose, like a loose dungaree set in like bright pink. She has blonde, mousy hair, which she's dyed streaks in the same colour as her dungarees, and you get the impression that they are re-dyed on a regular basis depending on what colour she's wearing that day.
Hell yes. Stunning.
Underneath anything else, she's got a wonderfully like loose and comfortable linen shirt, and very sensible shoes. And she just, well then, let's have a look at you. Oh, aren't you all wonderful? Right. Well, I, as you have seen, am Marnie, and
Hi.
don't let this one lead you astray. He's all gold tongue and no gold in his pockets.
Preposterous. Preposterous. No. Everyone. Eyes on me,
tongue's
please.
a
And I'm going to
normal
get everyone's
colour, isn't
eyes on me in this pub. And I'm going to say,
It's just a phrase, Eugene.
to celebrate the bicentennial? What's the word? I think it's bicentennial.
Bicentennial.
Big.
There we go.
Bisexual, I think.
The
Bisexual.
what I thought you
bisexual
were saying.
bicentennial.
To celebrate these bisexuals.
To celebrate the bicentennial.
As all three of us sit on a chair like that.
Oh, dang.
You have to Riker sit if you're one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
To celebrate the bicentennial of the Gauntlet and the patronage of our chosen, drinks are, and I'm going to look at Marnie, not necessarily on me, on the Gauntlet itself. Everyone, please enjoy your evening. Hey, I'm taking the chosen out. This is a work expense.
She
Smart.
shakes
Save
her
those
head.
receipts.
She shakes her head and she kind of goes, apart from the chosen, one drink each.
And I'm going to just, while people are cheering, I'm just going to lean down to Aisling and say, if people are too busy drinking, they won't have a mind to eavesdrop. And I'm going to wink and get back up.
Ashley
I'm gonna
winks
go to
back
Marnie.
because she doesn't know what's going on.
I'm going to go to Marnie. Real. I'm going to go to Marnie and I'm just going to say, if I could get my corner booth, please.
She motions to an area where someone has put a velvet rope on some sticks off to one
course.
side and hung a sign saying, for staff of the Gauntlet.
Oh.
As the premier
We're in the
entertainment
VIP area.
Yeah, premier entertainment section of the Steel Town, you kind of get the impression they do get a little bit of preferential treatment.
Awesome.
It is a rowdy pub. Casting a look around, you see it's mostly Aragana and humans in here. There's quite a few Tabaxian dwarves and halflings, as you kind of would expect, but that seems to be most of the makeup.
No goat folk?
No, apart from Tiberius and a couple of others, very few elves, and no Fae that you've seen yet.
Okay.
Although I think if you were looking around the crowd, not that you could see very clearly, you might have made out a couple in the crowd.
I've been looking out for that kid, so.
Hell
Yep.
yeah. I'm trying to
After
see if it.
Go on.
So no, you do your
Is it,
narration
after
while I look
a
at the spell
moment,
list.
Marnie comes up with a carafe of wine and a plate of like small sweetmeats and cheeses and things like that. And for you three, a small shot of something blue and shining. Make sure you down that. Make you feel
What is it?
right as rain.
What is it?
It's to make you get over what you've just gone through.
But what is it?
A healing potion, as such.
Oh! As such. Wait, no. You
I can't imagine why we have trust issues.
Whilst I've got a
Is
moment,
this okay?
Theo, Apollo, and Charlie, can you just turn your mics up ever so slightly, just if you can?
I think mine's as high as it goes.
Okay, I will turn
I'm
you
just
on
going to
my
put
side.
mine so much closer to my mouth. The old school
go.
way of getting louder.
I love that. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, good.
Charlie, you were
Is
asking
there-
Eugene something.
Eugene, is this okay?
I assume so. I mean, I don't have any reason to think that someone would poison us out in the open like this. But I can take 10 minutes to identify it if that would make you feel better.
I don't know if I'll still be interested in 10 minutes.
Well,
Rock's,
does it smell-
Rock's,
what does it
Rock's
smell
just
like?
going to grab his and down it and be like, well, we'll know soon enough.
Wayne,
Okay, I watch.
there's a glow that kind of goes over a rock. Can you put your character down for a full rest? A long rest.
Well, that's good, because I wasn't looking great.
can
to
you
be honest.
put your
Actually,
character
it's-
down?
I know.
Keep
Put
your
your character
character
down.
Yeah.
I
Vines
was just-
everywhere.
Actually staring at Rock.
Avenge me. I
You
think
already
Rock's
did once.
again. Rock's going to down it and put it down, and then I think there's probably a genuine look of like,
Whoa, what happened? Are you okay? Shit.
I feel bloody marvelous. That's one of the best healing potions I've had.
It is
Shit.
great, isn't it?
Okay. Ashley downstairs as well.
Look, I've stopped bleeding. Oh
That's
yes,
good.
sorry about the floor.
It's fine, they'll clean it.
So, curious that you don't need to eat or go to the, the ablutions here in this place, and yet there's still a need for money?
Any
Unfortunately,
opportunity to question and dismantle capitalism, and Rock is there.
You know it.
well, how else am I going to sell merch? At this point,
That's a fair point.
quite honestly, money and the economy isn't something that we need. But when you've been around for 1,000 years and just sort of here, it's just for fun.
It does explain the need for the Gauntlet, though, because let's be honest, people need entertainment / distractions.
Absolutely. While we're talking, Chris, this is some magic bullshit. Could I cast minor illusion on the table and just have it be a running effect that we are talking, but anybody who gets close will hear a minor illusion of me just talking to them about like the minutia of running the gauntlet and very boring show business talk.
The weather, the traffic.
Yeah, I think you can't concentrate on another spell whilst you're doing that, but I think that's more than acceptable.
Because minor illusion, it only lasts for a minute, so it would be a thing of like every minute I just kind of have to be on the ball of just being like minor illusion and minor illusion.
But yeah.
So
Absolutely
you
fine.
were telling us about how everything works here.
Do you guys die?
No,
Oh,
and
Do you
quite
have
honestly, that's
babies?
part of the problem.
Why are we
There
keeping
we
a
go.
secret from everyone?
Hammer, nail, head. No.
you don't have
No
babies.
one dies, no one is born.
Oh, that sounds really boring and incestuous.
Explain the
all-
How
second
did
part.
we get there?
You're all like the same people all over and over and over again.
They're not
Well-
all related.
No, I know.
Okay, just checking.
It's just like if a city got stuck in time. We're not,
Okay, let's move on from that visual image, shall we?
Okay, yeah, yeah.
But yes, I mean, the boredom part is fair.
Yes, yes, people need constant forms of entertainment. I run the Gauntlet. There are there are theater troupes and musicians and entertainers. There's a lot going. There's a great wealth of creativity here in Steel Town. When you have nothing to do but be creative, you will find things to busy yourself with.
What's not working so well in Steel Town?
Rock wants to get messy.
Well, your companion already said it. No new life can come into Steel Town.
But we did.
But you did. That's very interesting. But not unexplainable. You literally signed the contracts. Whether you remember that or not, you did. But
Who asked us to
organically-
sign the contracts?
Well, Janif is the one who organizes the contracts. I'm really just MC of the tournament. If you have questions regarding contracts, I might not know them much. I'll see what I can do, but I can't promise to have perfect information on them.
Just trying to piece things together that appear to be missing.
I
Of course.
have a question.
If you have, how about we play a game?
Sure.
Okay.
Question for question. You ask me, I ask you.
Oh, yeah, I know this game.
Great, Eugene starts.
Okay. My question is, I mean, if no one's born here or dying, surely everybody knows that. So why are we keeping it a secret and not talking about it in front of other people?
Good one.
Well, it's not necessarily a secret. Everybody knows that everyone has been alive for about 1,000 years. Everybody knows that aging and the effects thereof of physical deterioration in the body, even down to excretion and such bodily functions, are more voluntary than anything, really.
Can voluntarily go to the toilet.
I mean, most of us kind of volunteer. It's not just randomly
Well,
haphazard, is it?
No, those things are you don't have
Yeah,
to
but you
do
can't
those.
choose
I
not
mean
to
necessarily
forever.
aging.
Fair point. So people are actually aging and...
Voluntarily, yes. I think I look quite good at this age, so I'm happy to stop here.
You look great.
I mean, you look pretty good.
I know. I know. I picked it. Thank you. But the fact that people don't get sick, that people don't necessarily age normally, that people don't die, under normal circumstances, I would still probably be alive if I was very fortunate. But the humans of Steel Town, they should have been dead centuries ago.
Yeah, they got to be getting crusty now.
We know that we don't experience the passage of time in the same way. Most people are happy to exist in ignorant bliss. Why look a gift horse in the mouth? You've been able to live for hundreds of years longer than your expected lifespan, and you live in a space where you can work if you want to, or just lounge about and enjoy the entertainment, if you so choose. People who look too closely into things are sometimes spurned from the community. I have my theories.
Please, share.
That's going to have to be your second question.
Oh, shit. Alright, your turn.
Okay, so what's your question for us?
How... Now, your performance in the Gauntlet has been remarkable, very entertaining, very good. But those were all designed. There was no chance of dying in those.
There wasn't.
I mean,
Not really, no.
the bleeding felt quite real.
Well, yeah, but you need a little bit of blood to sell it. Now, how confident in your abilities and how competent as a group do you feel that you are for, say, reconnaissance and infiltration?
Really
Well,
subtle.
I'd say we'd be
Tiberius.
even better once we have Skier back. But yeah, we're pretty passable.
Okay, your turn.
So those theories you were having.
That's a leading statement, not a question.
Dish.
He does have a point.
Well,
Dish, please.
fair enough. What are the theories that you referred to earlier that you have?
Sorry, Dish, please kind of got me. Dish, okay, little Victorian boy. Dish, please, sir.
Please, sir.
More soup.
I require more information.
Spare us a tuppence.
Spill the tea, sir.
Ashling said dish, please. Rock said bitch, please.
Real. Okay. I am looking.
This music's adorable.
Okay. Me looking at the Lordock being like, how can I just kind of dance around the facts?
I mean, that's up to you. I've given you the information. How you use it, it's your business.
You've done great.
Uh-oh.
I'm having a great time. I'll say, well, at first I thought everyone was undead. Then I realized if I was undead, I would smell worse, so that cannot be the thing.
Solid theory. You do smell
Then I thought-
fantastic.
Thank you. It's lavender.
Okay.
Then, the theory that a lot of people tend to pose is some form of temporal status.
We've had to deal with that.
Not fun. Not fun at
Nah.
all.
It was well creepy.
The temporal status theory has some ground. It would explain the lack of necessity for certain bodily functions. It would explain why no life can be created nor die. It wouldn't explain the amount of control that we have
Or the
over
aging.
our bodies. Yes, or the aging. Stuff that I fully didn't run by Chris. Stuff
It's
that I
fine.
just kind of started yapping, and I was like, "Yeah, man, I don't know. I can control how old I. I've stopped aging because I want to. Anyway,
It's all jazz, baby.
You're guiding it.
Guiding it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever she
yeah,
says goes.
you know, it's collaborative, baby." It wouldn't explain the amount of control that we have over our bodies, and it also wouldn't explain why sometimes we can exercise those bodily functions if we so choose to. You know, sometimes this is going to be disgusting. You know,
I
sometimes
knew where this was going.
when you've just had like a bad week and you're like, I just need to detox my body, and you just take the nastiest shit
poo.
you've ever had, you can do that if you want in Steel Town.
Feels
But
great.
it's not because you have to.
But if you need that cathartic toilet moment, you can get it.
I'm trying to see what I'll say before Chris says stop. It's great.
We've not managed to get him to say stop yet.
I think
so.
you've got a long road ahead of you.
That's so real. Theories have been posed that maybe we exist in another plane of existence. That could be fun. I don't know enough about other planes of existence to make an educated enough guess there.
Well, we
My
don't
personal
really remember
theory-
how we got here.
Maybe something like that. I don't know. My personal theory is that Adzi is a builder, not a creator. And I think that maybe part of our essence, or part of our mortal bodies, have been, for lack of a better word, hacked like a machine, and that our bodies and spirits are maybe being treated like one, with the Nexus regulating. But I'm not sure.
Does that mean we would have been hacked too, if we're here?
Do you have a VPN?
Today's episode brought to you by NordVPN.
If NordVPN would like to sponsor some of the heroes,
Okay.
we're good for it.
Yeah.
Has
We
your
support
body been
casual,
hacked?
harmless internet crime.
Has your body been hacked? It wouldn't have happened without some sole two-factor authentication.
Spies in my body? It's more likely than you think.
For those times where you feel like you're not aging, but you're missing a really good poo. um,
Stunning.
has anyone asked Adzi, as apparently he's around?
That's your next question.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
his turn.
Well,
I
there
love
you
how
go.
much of a
That was my
stickler
next
for rules
question.
Eugene was. Eugene is.
I know that. Yeah, he's next. That's right.
Eugene is started like, no, it's his turn.
Okay, so ask your question before you answer that one then.
All right. How against performing minor heresies are you?
Oh, so for it.
Oh, it's a bit late
so
for that, I'm afraid.
here for it. Love it. Favourite thing to do on a weekend.
Perfect. Thank you. No further questions from me.
Rock's just sitting there thinking, oh, there's posters all over my homeland that have the word heretic on them of me.
Your CV is perfect for this role, Rob.
I have a pertinent question, if no one else has one. What is it you want us to infiltrate, and what kind of heresy?
Well, the two
What
rules.
flavour of heresy would you like?
Well, the two rules of Steeltown are: don't enter the Nexus, and don't try to communicate with the Nexus. I would like us to try enter and communicate with the Nexus.
Oh, great, because that was our plan, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
We were going
Oh,
to do
perfect.
that when you
Great.
turned around.
Give it away.
Oh, that's great.
But he's on our side. He wants to do that too.
Oh, is
Yeah.
he? I mean,
Well,
sorry.
he wants to talk to the Nexus.
I mean, I
So,
know you're right here, but is he?
I guess.
Are we allowed to freely ask questions now, or are we still doing the turn taking?
We can still do
You
the
said you
game
had
if you
no-
want.
no
I only
further
had two questions for you.
Okay, well, can you do the Adzi question? And why no one has just
What was
asked
the Adzi question?
If he's
Why
around,
is-
why has no one just asked him what the deal is?
Yeah.
Well, people have tried. Yeah, people have tried.
Did they get
Um,
disappeared?
It's not necessarily. The topic never goes anywhere. As we won't talk about it, and you're not supposed to go to the Nexus, and nobody has ever gone and returned.
Huh?
So no further questions there, really.
So people have gone, but they never come back.
There are rumors of people that have tried. Now, I haven't been able to verify these rumors, and you see that Tiberius pulls out a little notebook where he just has accounts and, like, you see that he has, like, transcriptions of conversations and stuff, and he says, a couple people I have spoken to have stories of people that they, not people that they know, but, you know, friends of friends. Or I heard once that the
Classic,
fishmonger tried. You know, these second, third-hand stories that you have no way of confirming. So either people did try to go and never came back, or it's some form of propaganda to keep people from sniffing a little bit too deeply.
Either way, bad.
Not necessarily bad. I like it here. Either way, interesting.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, that was my
yeah.
next question. Why are you so keen to find out what's going on?
I don't want to just spill my beans. What check can I? They seem trustworthy. I've been telling them all my heretical thoughts, but my emotional thoughts.
Eugene does his best to look trustworthy and approachable.
Rock will minor an illusion, a halo above himself.
Oh, beautiful. I'm just leaning forward like in a sleepover.
Can I look around just to double check? I've done my little minor illusion for the conversation, the fake conversation effect. Can I look around just to triple check that nobody is watching?
There's a couple of people who keep glancing over, but that's more to do with the fact that you're
Oh,
you.
they're so
and
hot.
You're you, and you're with like the 3 pieces of news that have
Yeah,
happened
sure.
in this city for a while. So
3 pieces of ass.
No, but nobody. I don't think you can see anybody acting out of. So this is the thing about Steel Towners. I think Tyrus, you're aware of this. They are very trusting, but that's because they've lived with about 2,000 people for 1,000 years, so they all know each other quite well. Even if they don't get on, they know each other. So you sitting in the booth and taking they're not
To
going
Ashley's
question.
point, they've probably all been married or involved at some point, and divorced, had a terrible breakup, not spoken for 50 years, and made up again.
Yeah.
See?
For real. For real. The drama, the tea is messy. Great.
And also recovered from really quickly as well, because they've been through it all.
When you realize that you literally cannot move to a new town and change your name, you kind of just have to make peace with people. I'll lean into the table and I'll say, the part about no new life being able to be created upsets me. I want to
Why?
be a father,
Oh,
and I can't do that.
I'm sorry. That sucks.
The light of the Nexus protects, but it also is a barrier to a lot of things that a lot of people, not just me, want. And I just want a peek behind the gate.
I'm assuming that, therefore, people don't have the choice to leave?
Well, visitors do.
But people who were here to begin with. Hey, I have a question. Did the people who were here to begin with get to decide whether they wanted this or not?
I was very young. I don't know. I just know that I lived
Well, you didn't
here.
get to decide.
I know that I lived here. And I know that I've lived here ever since. I know that things were bad. And I know that these conditions are what have kept us alive. But to your point of people that are outsiders, you function sort of as your own doors, if that makes sense.
No.
You are here to fulfill a contract, and then once you fulfilled your contract, that you can go. As
Well,
far
no,
as
I
I'm
was
aware.
thinking
That's
more
how
if
it's worked
there are-
before.
If there are people here who are unhappy with living in this constant status quo, are they able to try and leave? Are they able to leave? Or are they silenced if they try and communicate that they're unhappy with the way things are in this stasis?
Hello, GM. Can I roll anything?
I mean, you can roll a retrospective insight to your
Yeah, sure.
to the people of Steeltown.
I rolled like shit. That's only going to be a 15.
I mean, you find it curious that people don't sort of really question or kind of get involved in like, there's a few people that kind of spread doubts, which is where your notebook has come into this in general. But it's almost like once the thought leaves them, they move on.
It really leaves them.
Yeah. And that's a bit
Yes.
curious, but you don't have any sort of evidence to suggest that's untoward.
I'll flip through the notebook and I'll just say, Well, people have expressed doubts and maybe even pondered the possibility of leaving, but nobody has ever gone through with it.
I think what I'm trying to discern is whether there is someone or something that doesn't want the truth or the mechanics of how this all works to be revealed. Because it's one thing living in bliss or ignorant bliss because it's just the way things have always been. People do that even if they're not in a 2,000-year status. But if there is someone or something that is actively trying to stop people finding out the truth, that usually implies that whatever is behind it has something to hide, and that's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's very noble. I think I have another question for you. Had you ever heard of Steeltown before?
Had we, Chris?
Steeltown does not exist in any records that... I mean, you guys can roll a history in case there's something that...
Yeah, I mean,
hearsay.
Rock with his fascination with stories and stuff of the worlds when he was a kid,
And
might, so I'll roll a
I've
history.
mapped things for shit. Like,
Yeah.
can I roll any kind of survival or
You can
something?
roll survival. Eugene, you
Nice.
can roll a history. Rock, you can roll a history using your charisma modifier
Amazing.
because it's a story-based thing.
I only got an 11. Rolled like garbage. No, that's a lie. 13.
Okay, that's not bad. 19.
Cool.
I rolled a 30.
Fuck me.
Sorry, what did Ashling roll?
13.
13. Rocky, no. Ashling, you kind of go through your maps. You even pull out the book and kind of concentrate on Steeltown for a bit, and
Yeah.
nothing. It kind of even produces a page that's just a big question mark on it.
I love that this book is just like a manifestation of Control F.
Eugene, you are 100% certain in all the books about the world you have read and its history, no place called Steeltown ever existed.
Dang.
Nothing like that I could easily see becoming Steeltown, like Metal City.
Iron Village.
You know, during
Metal
you've
City.
read rumours in the Age of Wonders that there were cities
Copper Hamlet.
that were constructed from metal and glass, but nothing like this. They were apparently they were beautiful, towering cities that shone like beacons.
Steeltown, never heard of. But Atsi the Builder, we know. And we came here looking for him, actually.
Well, that's curious. How do you know of Adzi the Builder but not Steeltown?
Well, Atsi the Builder, we know him to be a keeper of the temples that keep the Sky Shield working. Are you aware of the Sky Shield?
Do any of these things ring bells to me?
I mean, from the snippets you've had through the ocular of their adventures, you know that this Sky Shield thing is very important to the Chosen. It seems to be the driving force behind their adventures, but beyond that, you've never seen or heard it. Lots of people have got theories about what the Sky Shield is, and in fact, you probably see there's a few people who definitely want to ask what that is of them around the pub.
Chris, am I
So-
right that the timeline that Tiberius has shared with us in terms of when Steeltown was kind of created coincides with the general Ascension when the Scattered
Ascension-
Lands were created?
Yeah,
Right,
the
so-
Ascension was
Okay.
Ascension was 1,000 years ago. The repopulation of the Scattered Lands following who is now Alabaster's spell was about 600 years ago. So you guys lost about 4.5 years.
Yeah, but it sounds like this was created at the same time as the kind of the sundering of the Scattered Lands,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
So our version of ascension, because all of the land masses were sent into the sky, we have this magical contraption called the Sky Shield, which is maintained by 5 temples. The whereabouts and knowledge of kept super secret, other than the mages that built the temples, and Atsi was the builder of the Temple of Power, which is where we were trying to get to, and where I hope that we are somehow.
Okay.
And based on what you've told us, it does appear that Steeltown kind of came into existence around the same time as the rest of the world was separated from the land below and saved from what was happening down there. So, you know, it may just be that this is a version of what happened to the rest of the world, but somehow has been caught in this time thing.
Okay. That's very interesting. Validates some theories, takes some out of the running.
I mean, really, we do need to speak to Adzi.
Do I know of Edzi's whereabouts?
You do not. You, as we kind of briefly discussed before, you guys have not seen Adzi in a long time.
Okay.
Like, years are hard to follow in this place, but he was around for a while after the Gauntlet was built, and it was almost like he was happy that it was all running fine, and then left. And nobody, last time, and I think I've got this in your notes, last time you saw him, last time anyone saw him, he was heading towards the Nexus.
Okay. Well, the last time anyone saw him, which is maybe century ago, I'm not exactly sure. Years are weird.
How do you gauge years if you're not going to the loo?
Exactly.
Is that
Sorry,
how
we
you
wait to
measure
tell
the
time.
passage of time?
Yeah.
Some people do. Some people at the beginning of when we mark a new year will be like, well, here's how I mark it by getting rid of all the refuse from last year.
Gonna really treat myself this
You know,
year.
for someone who doesn't go to the toilet, you kind of have a prefixation on.
There's a morbid fascination with it for sure. It's like
Ashley's
how
here for it.
alive people have a morbid fascination with the dead and the mysteries of death. That's not something that we have to deal with. So we have the mysteries of refuse. It's a part of culture, okay?
Yeah, it's
I
their
don't go to
heritage,
your
Eugene.
home and be like, oh, what's your deal with your fascination with death?
All right, we're not dissing your
You
culture.
can't.
I'm getting defensive.
You can't, because you can't leave your weird cult building.
Now it's getting messy.
Rob just picks up
Touche.
his handbag.
Touche. All right. Well,
If someone, like, I don't know, gets beheaded here, do they die?
Oh yeah, good
well, why
point.
would they get beheaded here?
Well, I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, there's machinery everywhere. That's got to be a health risk, right?
It's not really
Just
lethal.
runs.
I mean, I'm just trying to gauge, like, are people able to die, or...
Yeah.
Yeah, do people die from accidents, not
Yeah.
from aging or sickness?
No.
And no one's ever fallen down the stairs and died?
No one's died in the
Well,
Gauntlet?
no one would. Well, if you're dying from falling down the stairs, damn.
But what if you go like, and it's all like hanging out?
That wouldn't happen here.
Why?
We're
your
very
gravity
OSHA
weird?
compliant.
Right. It's Safety Town now.
It's true. At
All our
least
stairs
10
have
pages
railings.
of the contract were health and safety.
I mean, now I know
boy.
what they need the Gauntlet, because everything else in this city is so mind-numbingly boring.
So boring.
Present company accepted.
Well, thanks for calling what I do entertaining in a roundabout way, I guess.
Yep.
Oh no, you're very entertaining, and you're clearly very good at what you do.
Thank you, I am.
And don't
But
forget,
no.
it smells good.
Lavender.
Yes, actually.
Accidents.
He does smell good.
Nobody in Steeltown is going to die from accidents.
Weird.
And why would there be any sort of armed conflict outside of the Gauntlet?
Well,
And
that's-
again,
I didn't
you're
mean
not
that,
going
I
to
just
die
meant-
in the Gauntlet.
I just wanted to gauge if people are actually able to die here. Not necessarily
Yeah.
of time, or just whether it's actually something that can happen to a person if there was an accident or something, or is it something that people here are just immortal?
So this is one of those things that you can bring up, is you have seen people impaled or very badly maimed in the Gauntlet, and then one drink of those blue drinks, fine.
Well, I'll tell you a story. We once had a lot of the denizens of Steeltown have gone through the Gauntlet. We had this one guy, and he was very thrill-seeking. He wanted to see what the worst we could throw at him was.
Oh boy.
It walked the line for me a little bit too close to torture, but he was
Oh.
fine. He was impaled. A limb was. He lost a limb. Lot of blood. And then we just brought him one of the blue drinks that you had earlier, and he was fine.
He grew the limb back?
It grew back. Tattoos and all.
What?
Can I do some sort of arcana check to see if that's like what?
Yes, you can.
This is Pokemon rules. We gave him a full restore. He was fine.
Dun, 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 dun.
Aisling, whilst
so
you
I-
doing that,
I
can you roll
rolled-
me a perception again, please?
Yeah. Oh god, creepy kid.
I rolled a net 20 on that for a total
Hey-o.
of
Nice.
36.
There are... Okay, so it's not your wheelhouse, but there are spells and potions and poultices that are rumoured to be able to repair people at that level. They are incredibly rare and are
Yeah.
highly difficult to create.
But
Like
they seem to just be giving them out like
they seem to be
Candy.
giving them out like they are shots here.
the blue drinks. Where do they come from? Who makes
Do I
them?
know that?
Nope.
Well, we could ask
I-
Marnie.
I couldn't tell you myself.
Yeah, where does Marnie get them?
Behind the bar somewhere? I don't know.
Where do the drinks come from? Marnie reaches down, and there
I
they
don't-
are.
I
Sweet
don't work.
summer flower.
I don't work service industry.
Oh, you and Rock are gonna get along great.
So Varys is like,
seen
excuse
service."
me, I'm front of house. I'm not service stuff.
Rock's
I had to
also
carry a
seen
tray.
soil.
Now we can't die, and we don't, that sort of stuff. We do feel pain, and they made me carry a tray once, and I felt that in my forearm for a week. I'm not doing that.
Wow.
Oh, you poor man.
Right.
Gosh.
What was on the tray?
Yeah.
3 drinks, can you believe it?
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's
Were
more
they
drinks
heavy
than I have
drinks?
hands. They can
They're
expect
just
me
the
to.
blue shots.
I
Three
wake
of
up with
those.
nightmares of me carrying trays sometimes. It was traumatic.
The
I don't wanna talk
excruciating
about it.
pain in your
Wow, the horror.
This goes
No.
way beyond I have seen soil.
Yeah.
You could totally win an arm wrestle with Tiberius.
I have a
You should-
strength of
That's
6.
true, that's
Don't
my
do
one-
that to me, please.
That's my one. It's my one chance to beat someone in an arm wrestle. Come on.
-2, baby.
I'm only at
Thoughts and
8.
prayers. Thoughts
When
and
Chris
prayers.
gave
It would
me
be the most pitiful arm wrestle you've ever seen.
Are you kidding?
Tiberius
It'd be
has to use
amazing.
2 hands to take the shot.
when Chris gave me the guidelines for making this character, okay? He said, you can use point buy to manage your stats however you want. Don't go anything less than 6. Strength, 6. I don't need it.
That's fair.
I love it.
It was
I love it.
3 before I double checked that I couldn't go that far down.
You couldn't stand up. 3?
The weight of your cloak would give you a headache.
Oh.
The dumpy just weighs me down.
It's like a weighted belt for Tiberius.
Oh my
Real.
god.
I'm just going to come back to something for a second. Aisling, what did you roll? in your
25.
25. You've been passively scanning the pub, keeping an eye out for that girl, and then as 2 patrons pass, there she is. And it's almost like the world around you freezes for a moment. You can't hear your friends talking, but you can't look away from her. And she looks up with you. Why can't I play? I want to play. Let
Nope,
me
I'm out.
out!
I'm
Bye.
out.
Burn
And
it
that's
down.
where we're
Nice
going
knowing you.
to take
Burn the
a
whole
break.
place down. Burn
Eugene,
Yeah,
we
I'm
need
out.
a
I
fireball.
refuse. I
Turn off the
refuse.
Nexus.
Eugene,
Yeah.
level 6 fireball, please.
This is
I
worse
plane
than
shift
babyface
us
demons.
all out of here. We're done.
Freedom. Cool.
None of us resist.
Nope. It
With
somehow gets skier too, and we're all fine.
And that's where we're going to take a break.
Chris, how dare you?
I know, right?
Children.
God damn.
We say about 25 to my lovely people.
Sounds good.
If you need a little bit longer, Charlie, just shout. No problem. We'll be back as soon as we can. Go grab a drink, look at something that's not a screen. We absolutely adore you all. This is a lot of fun, and we will see you shortly.
Love you, bye.
Bye. And that definitely got caught as we came back in.
Oh no!
I mean, it was always
Oops.
canon.
I mean, it'd be
It's
weird if it
just-
wasn't.
I mean, yeah. We just hadn't talked about it before.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back. I hope you had a nice break. Apparently, we're still talking about bodily functions. It is fine. It's all good. It had to happen at some point on the stream.
I blame Apollo.
That it has taken 126 episodes to get to that conversation is actually a surprise to me, to be honest.
In 120
Very
episodes,
restrained.
none of us have ever said, you know what, I haven't been to the loo for ages. So thank you, Aisling, for that.
It's things that you don't realize until you're in a place where they're like, you don't need to eat. You don't die. You don't need to poop. And you're like, whoa, 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 I don't need to poop?
The rest of that shit I can get used to. The other
Yeah.
bit,
Not dying is fine, but not pooping, that's just weird, man.
That's my doom
Yeah.
scrolling time. When else am I
Yeah.
supposed to dissociate?
Yeah.
Dear. Before our break, we found out some surprising things about Steeltown. An exchange of questions and information has revealed that Tiberius may not be playing by the same rules as everybody else in this strange town, and wants to get to the bottom of what is actually happening. For their part, the Chosen have fathomed that Adzi the Builder is indeed involved in this quite heavily, but as to where he is and what he is up to, it is uncertain. To top it all off, Aisling and Eugene have seen a strange little girl in the crowd. A second time in the pub. Aisling, around you. Actually, let's come back to that in a second, because there's something else I want to do.
shall we?
Yeah, let's come back to that in a second. Let's go back, in fact, to earlier, where somewhere deep in Steeltown, two very skinny figures are carrying another, grumbling amongst themselves. You never said that she was this heavy. And the second one goes, I didn't. She's not heavy. We're just weak. We haven't really done any exercise ever. Well, we need to get her to the hideout soon. Third figure, dressed in dark colours, a hood over her head, is a feminine form. As they round a corner, a guard steps out. What's going on here? Well, hello, Veshi. What's going on? Well, officer, our friend's just had a few libations, that's all. Nobody in Steeltown gets that drunk anymore, you know that. As he's about to step forward to investigate, he kind of stops and freezes as something is pressed to the back of his head. There is a flash, and he kind of seems to disassociate for a minute. A dark-skinned young dwarf steps around. What are you two waiting for? Come on, we got to keep moving. He will forget this whole thing happened, but we need to keep moving. Right you are. Yes, okay. Are you sure this one can help us? I'm certain. You saw how dangerous she looked. This one's skier, right? She's the key. And we flash
Told you
back.
she was the key.
I thought Aisling was the key.
Oh, Aisling's the secret.
And I've got that song in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well done. Aisling, you are in the pub. Everyone has frozen around you. This little girl has just screamed at you that she wants to be freed. And she kind of stops and blinks. And that demeanor kind of settles down. Oh, you can see me. I thought you could. That means his magic hasn't got hold of you yet. Come and find me, please. It's very lonely. I don't want to be on my own anymore. I can fix everything.
Nah, we're good, thanks.
I rebuke you.
And then the noise.
Find me, I'm
Frog.
lonely. Get away from me, Sid. Get thee
love
behind me.
And then the music returns, and you kind of Brock kind of nudges you as if you weren't paying attention.
Ashling.
I full on scream.
Ah, what? What? Just pay
It's all
attention.
right.
Where were you?
Oh no!
Yeah,
Where's she
what?
gone? Where's she
Who?
gone?
What? Who's
Who?
gone?
Did no one
Wait, did
else
you see her
it?
again?
Yeah.
Who?
see who?
Did you see Skier?
No, I
What?
wouldn't scream if it's a skier.
But look, what
No,
is going
earlier
on?
outside we saw a girl, but then she like disappeared.
Oh, Eugene, she yelled at me this time.
Where did
Oh.
you see it?
Oh, over there.
In the
Did
pub.
she
Little
Yeah.
girl.
yell?
Why would a
Do
little
you
girl
not
be in
have
a
a
pub?
fucking bouncer doing IDs or anything here? Little tiny child.
There's a halfling that walks past who's kind of sweeping up.
Not her.
No.
No?
A proper child. I know the difference between
No,
half
she
and a
had
child.
green hair and was wearing a dress that looked like it was made out of petals.
And
Does
she
that sound
said
like
that
any person of Sealtown?
she kept saying that she's lonely and she wants someone to go play with her and that I can see her and that his magic hadn't got to me yet. Whatever the
That's a demon.
fuck
Whose magic?
that meant.
That doesn't sound like anybody from Sealtown.
No,
Are you sure
and
you're
she
quite
yelled,
alright?
and she was really angry and upset, and then she said to go and find her because she doesn't want to play on her own anymore, and I'm not gonna go find her.
Did you get concussed in the arena and we just didn't see it?
I don't know.
Has she
I
jumped the
definitely
blue
saw
potion?
her too.
Eugene, check my eyes, and she like clockwork oranges her eyes at Eugene.
They look like eyes.
Also, that's really disturbing that you don't do that again.
Ah, I'm okay. But
Right, so hang on. So you both saw this little girl.
Yeah. Let me draw it. Let me
Well,
draw
I
it. Let
didn't
me
see
draw
her
it.
just now, but I saw her outside.
Aisling very
Okay.
quickly draws what she remembers
So-
and shows these guys.
Collective hallucinations aside, that means that it wasn't just Ashling with concussion.
But it was really weird because when she was talking to me, like everything else stopped.
Well, that could be that she's reaching out to you through some kind of magic or psychic power. It's possible if she was connecting only with you that it would feel like everything else stopped. That is...
But I don't think she connected with me. She was surprised I could see her.
What did she look like again?
This, I show Rock drawing.
Young girl, like messy, sort of tousled hair, like she's never combed it in her life, wearing a dress that looks like it's made of layered petals. But have you done a coloured or you just done a sketch?
Just a sketch.
Just a sketch. Quite skinny, waif-like. Looks relatively innocent.
Human looking or...
Human. Apart from the description that Aisling and Eugene said about green hair, and the dress is unusual, but kids have fancy frocks all the time. It does ring interesting though, because everything Tiberius has said to you is that there are no children in Steeltown.
Wait. He just said there was no new life. I don't think we established that there was no children, right?
Although he did say
Or did
he
we?
wanted to be a father and couldn't do that here, so...
Yeah, because there's no babies being born. Right?
Right, but if there were children already here when it got thrown up, there could be children.
But people don't age.
Yeah, so...
So
Well,
why are there no children?
I think in the absolutely lore fuckery that I did in the first half, God, I'm sorry. I said that I myself was very young when Steeltown was created,
Yes, you
but
did.
then I did just aged normally up to a point where I was like, I'm pretty hot,
Okay.
and then I
I'm
stopped
done now. Yeah.
aging.
I mean, to be fair,
Sure,
most
sure,
kids
sure.
would be like, yeah, I want to get older.
Yeah.
But yeah, there ain't no kids in Steeltown.
I have
That's
a
no
Here's
fun.
Aisling's drawing of the creepy kid.
Oh, that's brilliant! I love it.
What the fuck? That was so quick.
Yeah, she is. She is crazy quick.
That's creepy. Yeah.
Okay, Okay, I was going to say perhaps it's some kind of Fey connection, which is why she could meet you. But then Eugene saw her too.
Bitch,
But Eugene's got Faye.
But
Elves are
then
Fey.
then it must be that. I mean, the green hair and the wave-like quality, and that does read kind of Fey. And that would explain why she was surprised, because we've not seen many Fey here, have we?
Tiberius, have you seen any creepy?
Can we
kids
hold
like
that for a second? Theo, you had a question.
I was just gonna ask if the green of this the creepy child's hair is the same green as the glow of the Nexus.
Ooh. Make me a retrospective perception check, please.
Aisling will try and Pantone match for you.
I cannot read the numbers on my dice. It's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20.
Delicious.
I mean, they're close.
Okay.
Did she say where she was?
No, she just said to go find her.
I have a feeling that we will find her if we can get to the Nexus.
Really? Why?
Well, because no one's allowed to go there, and there's a big mystery, and she's a weird, creepy girl that just appeared and said, "Come find
yeah.
me." And the only place in this place that it seems that no one's allowed to go to is the weird Nexus.
True.
That all tracks.
Question. With the description of, like, flowers and stuff, what is the most, like, nature-y place in Steel Town?
Are there
It's the
plants
public gardens.
anywhere in this fucking town?
There are public gardens. There is lots of people have private gardens as well. There is growth. People grow flowers and things like that.
Oh, good.
It's not all the buildings are made of metal and everything is running on equipment, but there is still. There's no animals, but there are plants. You're even fairly certain that there's at least one druid in
At least
Steel
one.
Town. At
We
least
have one.
The
We have a token
diversity
druid.
hire, the druid.
Yeah, the token druid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His name is Diarmid, and we love him. He's lovely.
Ilson Farfell,
Farfell.
who's one of your fellow elves, a
I'll
forest
say,
elf.
well, if this being is appearing to you dressed as some sort of being of nature, there's a druid that we could maybe consult.
Okay.
Time-wise, as the MC, they finished round 2. We've been here in the pub. They're not expected for round 3 until tomorrow, is it? Or how much time
No,
do
it's
we have?
it's the equivalent of about a week.
Oh, dang.
Oh, okay. We
Don't
have
want to
so
give
much
away
time.
too much.
We got time off.
Yeah.
Shit, what are we
Awesome.
gonna do for a week? Not poop, that's for sure.
Such a good sentence I was not expecting to hear today.
You're gonna get back to your home.
It is voluntary, so, you know.
You're gonna get back to the material.
Yeah, when
pen
we
and be
leave
like,
here,
oh,
is we gonna be
no."
like backed up in there?
Oh,
or
God. Yeah, how does
Am I
that
gonna need
work?
to do like a week's worth of shitting?
No, I don't think so.
We have the
because when we
episode
poop
title,
at the end of the
baby.
year, because when we poop at the end of the year, it's not a year's worth. It's just one.
Well, that's a
So it's
I
relief.
like-
imagine that.
it's to your heart's content, really. It's whatever you want.
Moving.
I mean, after a
on.
year, it would be your heart. Anyway, so just going back to a previous question about surreptitious infiltrations, how
Sorry.
do, yeah, how do we get to the Nexus? I mean,
Yeah.
if no one's supposed to go there, do you have a way that we could get close enough to get inside, or do you have a plan?
Well, to be quite honest, you guys are the adventurers. I thought maybe under the cover of night, sneak in.
Oh,
That's
it's-
as far
I
as
mean-
I got.
We're happy to improvise. I just wondered if you had some kind of way to help us.
I have words of affirmation, and I can bring snacks, and that's what I bring to the table.
Done. Let's go. Love it. Stunning.
I mean, we all have our part to play.
Perfect. No, I love it. Welcome to the gang. You're here forever.
Well, I'm already here forever. So.
Oh, yeah.
pretty fun.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
A single tear. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I'm actually very happy here.
Chris.
Great.
Yes.
Great vacation spot.
Question for when we arrived and you said that we noticed that Skier was missing, but we weirdly felt not worried about it. Do we still feel weirdly not worried about it?
You still feel weirdly not worried about it. If you feel weird about not feeling worried about it, that's up to you.
Oh God, how far does it go?
It doesn't take much to
Don't-
send us into existential
don't.
spiral. So
No,
let's
no,
do
don't
that.
give us that
Yeah,
option.
let's not go there. Tiberius, I have another question.
Yes.
Do you know if there's any kind of like anti-magic protection around the Nexus?
Do I? I don't think I would have gone close enough to try.
The Nexus hovers above a spire. The spire is beautiful. It's like a large sculpture of these powerful metal angels and heroes who sacrifice themselves to build Stilltown. But there's like 2 guards posted there all the time because they've always been there. And they're actually the ones that you talk to that have occasionally said they thought they heard things coming from the Nexus. But
Weird.
other than those 2, 4 of them who kind of do regular sort of shift rotation, no, it's very lightly guarded because nobody goes there because it's forbidden.
Das ist verboten.
I'll relay that.
I could try to teleport us close.
I mean, if we need to get entry in, I'm very confident I could just get the guards to stand aside if I'm giving
great.
you a tour.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Good
That's
idea.
a great idea.
I think I could do that.
Okay.
I'm
Mutual
sure
love.
we could convince them that as visiting dignitaries, we would love to have a tour.
I think with the charismatic powers of you two combined,
Oh,
I
stop.
could see that happening.
By your powers
We could-
combined, you can go
we could
in
be-
any place.
And we could just
We
keep our
could
mouth
be
shut
the
and
good-
not say anything.
Dignitaries.
So, do
Yes.
you want to try gain entry to the Nexus, or would you like to try figure out what's going on with your ghost demon plant girl?
Yes.
Just like Eugene said, I kind of have a feeling that if we follow one road, the other one will join it.
Yeah.
Sure.
I kind of
Alright.
get the feeling that, I mean, we can try and find out more information about this weird child, but it seems like from what Ashling said that no one else can see her, so I
And
Don't
all
know
she
how
said was
anyone
she
else
wants me
would
to
have.
find her. And
That is very
where
fair.
better to look than the big thing, like Eugene said, that we're not allowed to go to. She sounds like she's in peril, but she also seems scary as shit, so...
If nothing else, I truly do believe that going up to the tallest point in the town would be a great vantage point, if nothing else.
Okay.
that's true.
Great.
That's true.
All right. I'm going to finish my drink. Obviously, I don't pay anything because this is on work tab.
Yeah. Corporate
When
card, baby.
I actually am going to go to the tab and I'm just going to real quick scribble down that any drinks that I had Rock actually got because Rock was drinking double. So that, because they said that their drinks are covered, not mine. I said, okay, that's fine. Rock got me my
Eugene-
drinks.
Eugene would willingly give you his drinks also.
I'm just putting them under your name in the tab. I'm like, yep,
Oh
yep,
my
yep.
god. We love a bit of corporate fraud. We love it.
Can come out of the catering budget.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I don't think there's anybody that. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go straight to the spire, see if we can figure out what's going on.
Well, at the very least, if we go and wander around there, we'll very quickly know whether it's something we need to come back and do a little more subtly, or whether we can just walk in.
I'll say, oh yes, you are the professionals. Do we? How do infiltrations work? Do you walk in? Do you say hello? We're infiltrating, or do you
Not that one.
like? Do you stake out the place? Do you watch it for weeks?
See, we normally have someone who's really good at that with us, but for some reason she's not here.
And
So
we very seldom have weeks to stake out a place. But, I mean, sometimes we do have to wait until there is a good opportunity, and sometimes we are better at just finding, well, like you just suggested, sort of more obvious ways to get inside places. It's just once we're
last
inside.
place we were at, we got fucking jobs there.
That is true. And we also met a
Sucked.
very interesting vampire. Anyway, yeah, so let's try your way and see if we can just get in through the front door.
Okay. Would I know
Yeah,
where
I
when
don't-
the like rotation of guards happens? Because my mind is, if I can catch them when they're like changing shift, I can just be like, "Oh, didn't your boss let you know that I was coming?" Don't worry about it.
It's just
yeah, I
me.
think you can roll a light history check to see if you remember when that is.
Light history.
A light history.
Wow. Okay, light history. That is going to be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You have a pretty strong idea. They usually, as the Everlanterns turn to night, they have a tendency to change shifts then, just because it's an easier time for people to remember. It's probably in about a couple of hours' time tops. So you have some time to kill with people if you need to. If you want to explore any shops, there is actually a shopping district in Steeltown. You can buy all basic stuff that you need.
Oh my
I'll let the
lord.
party know that.
So anything you want
What-
from the handbook, any potions up to superior, you can buy. We don't have to run
We
through
get more of those little blue ones.
The ones that grow
I
back
don't
a
know that we
limb.
want to be drinking those,
No?
unless we need to.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I don't really trust the magic here. Stopping everyone
Damn.
from pooping.
Maybe that's it. Maybe those blue
What's
potions
really
just make
gotten
everyone
you?
really constipated.
Yeah.
It's actually, there's nothing wrong with them at all. It's just a side effect.
Yeah. If you stop drinking the potions, you'll all be fine. Although you'd probably want to
Yeah.
increase the number of toilets in town.
I don't know why you're so hung up on this. It's totally normal.
I have to admit, it
Potion.
was not where I saw this going, but then I never do.
Yep.
It is a GM's blessing and curse.
For real, I'm sullying the world, and I'm so sorry.
Is there a library here? Or a bookshop?
Yeah. Both.
I mean, if we're going to be here for a week, I need more books.
Is there a junk shop with random bits of tat? Weird
it's all-
objects.
If we're gonna be, I think Tiberius is very excited. I think Tiberius is like, "Oh, I finally get to go on a mission."
Oh,
Could I find a shop and buy any armor? any armor, please. That armor
Full
Armor is
massive.
plate, full plate, full plate.
you-
He's not strong enough to
wear
wear
that.
full plate.
Full strength 6 in full
I
plate.
put on a breastplate and I fall to the ground. I'm like, help.
You get
Okay, maybe-
one
maybe
chainmail
don't start with
gauntlet
that
and
one.
you fall over.
You personally know Torvin Blackbrow and Barak Deepdelve because they do a lot of work with timber, and they run a smithy and blacksmiths in the centre of town. Barak is lovely. Torvin is always pretending to be grumpier than he is. They are lovely.
I mean, maybe start off with some nice leather armor. That would be a good start for you.
Is that what I'm wearing?
Plate.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, no. I see what's going on.
Tiberius has
Anyway.
been naked the whole time.
Did you forget to put your armour on?
No, I have studded leather armor equipped. I just have a -1 dexterity. I don't know what you want from me.
I'm not sure we're going to be able to do much more than that right now. How about a shield?
Oh, wait, I can't carry that.
You could have a paper mache buckler. That's what you could manage.
How about a
Sure, it won't
a
provide any armor
parasol
class.
that you can deflect things with?
You could paper one, a Japanese one.
Yeah, there you go.
I also can't attune to any more magic items.
Good lord.
It's
They-
fine.
Never
it's
gone on an
fine.
adventure, you say?
Yes.
I am a
Perhaps-
commentator.
Perhaps stay at the back of the group if we do any infiltration.
Okay, good. Oh, I like this strategy. I stay at the back.
Yeah.
Perfect.
For purposes of narrative, I think if you guys do want to buy anything out of the player's handbook, you may do so. Potions are 50 gold here, standard price, or 150 for the superiors.
Yeah, I could do with another superior. I'll do that.
I think I am okay.
You get the impression that these are brewed because people want to just have a hobby more than they are used.
Wow.
Well,
It's artisanal healing potions.
It's
honestly.
artisanal healing potions, yep.
this is how the
It
other
tastes
half lives.
kind of nasty.
Got, like kombucha labels.
It's all
on
like
shit.
all of the suburban housewives are brewing
Yeah.
like artisanal healing.
They're
potions.
odd colours, and a lot of them have still got quite lumpy bits in them.
Ew. Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
But they
I'll
will
die.
still do the trick.
There's a lot of sourdough starters.
There is a bakery in the city.
They will come with a little piece of rose quartz to keep you healthy.
God, is this place just Etsy real life?
Pretty much.
A little
Okay.
bit.
That's the secret. You're in Etsy now.
It's Etsy
the
the
builder.
You've uncovered my secret.
Yes. Holy shit.
Oh my god, I was spelling it wrong the whole time.
God damn.
Ah, dear. So, you finish up your business, anything you need to. As you are wandering about, you do get stopped by one particular figure, who is a very tall, lean orc, wearing like a long dress and like a masculine doublet with a mare's sash over the top. This is Mathric Ulls, who Tiberius will know is the mayor of is the appointed mayor of Steeltown at the moment. They've been voted in 3 times. They seem to be very good at the job. They are also quite warm and friendly. People seem to get on with them quite nicely. That said, they always seem slightly stressed, as if like they could do with more help. But they wander up at one point. Ah, there they are. The Chosen. I haven't had an opportunity to say thank you for your wonderful entertainment. I am Mathricals. I am the mayor of Steeltown. An absolute pleasure. While you're staying here, if there is anything you need, please do approach my office. Though I am certain Tiberius and the wonderful folks at the Gauntlet have you covered in most instances.
Mayor Alls, how are you doing?
I am very good, Tiberius. How is the show? Is there anything you want or need? No?
Acting classes for whoever comes up next would be ideal because this performance is going to be difficult to beat.
Yes. Maybe we can talk amongst some of the, see if anyone's prepared to do that, or if our friends are staying with us. Maybe I understand there are you might have
Yes.
some interest in teaching.
Stay. I'm sorry, we won't be staying.
Of course, busy adventurous and all that. But still, the offer is always there. If you wish to stay in Steeltown would be would be very welcome to have you.
Thanks.
Tiberius, not to put pressure on it, but perhaps next time you're back, you could ask your boss to return some of my messages, please.
Oh,
Mayor getting ghosted.
office politics.
You know what, Mayor Alls? I will do my absolute most to make sure that... is it Janeth is the one that's been ignoring the messages?
Absolutely. Jennifer has been
Hilarious.
ignoring
Perfect.
the messages.
And do I know why?
Yeah, I don't think you even need to roll an insight. Janeth believes that the mayor is a decorative post at best.
Lovely. I'll say, of course. You do such incredible and valuable work, and Janeth should be more aware and appreciative of your time.
Oh, it's always wonderful to talk to you, Tiberius. Thank you. And lovely meeting all of you.
And you?
My door is always open anytime you need me.
Thanks.
I have something. There was talk earlier. I don't know who's in charge of this or if you're in charge of this, but someone said we could arrange to go to see the what was it called, the Oculus, the thing that lets you see the the Oculus.
Oh, well, Tiberius and the Gauntlet have the Ocular. It runs most evenings, showing us different elements from the world at large that we are no longer part of. But Tiberius, you must have some shows prepared for this evening.
Of course. I think today we have a cute Displacer Beast compilation.
Oh,
All those are my favourites. Well, so yes, absolutely. I mean, the Oculus belongs to all in Steeltown, so it is open for everyone to see. So you should absolutely enjoy one of the shows. You might see some friends that you haven't seen for a while. We tend to pop all over the world when we're looking at things.
Is there anything else, Mayor, that we can help you with?
No, I won't keep you any longer. An absolute pleasure. Thank you, Chosen. Thank you, Tiberius. And they
bye.
wander off.
The mayor is lovely. The mayor's door is open if you need anything. And it is open enough that cobwebs have started to form.
It
Oh,
doesn't really seem like he can do that much.
They are very competent. There's just not that much to be done. It's an eternally self-sufficient town. There's not much to do.
yeah.
That's a good point.
So
But
about the
they look good
Oculus
in the
thing,
sash, so, you know.
Who doesn't?
That's true. Maybe we should all get sashes. I'll put that.
Aisling, sashes.
Yeah.
So about this Oculus thing,
Yes.
Who decides what gets shown on it? Is there like a schedule, TV guide?
And can you see anything with it? Anywhere?
It is random.
Is it?
We roll a die, a 20-sided one, and wherever it lands will give us a rough
20
geographic
sides?
location.
Why on earth would a dice need that many sides?
That's some technology.
It's
right
quite
there.
fun. It's quite
Whoa.
fun.
Sounds
us increased
excessive and
randomness.
unnecessary.
Yeah, I know we have to suspend.
We
belief
played
and
around with a
everything,
100-sided die.
Oh, don't be
But it was
ridiculous.
Oh, now
actually
you're
but
being
just a
ridiculous.
ball.
It was actually 2 10-sided ones, and nobody could fucking read it, so we just kind of went back to the 20-sided one.
Really, this place is just ridiculous. What next? 3 sides? 4 sides? I mean, how ridiculous.
This is the kind of stupidity you get when people have too much time on their hands.
You know, you're quite right. That, no wonder the place is falling apart.
Yeah.
Eventually, we made a little tower that we would drop the dice in, and we would just
Oh
watch
my
it
God.
fall
Oh my
down.
god.
So stupid.
What next? You're going to put the dice in jail?
We have a lot of dice makers.
Oh, it is Etsy after all. Fucking hell.
I don't know if we're shading ourselves at this point.
Oh, we are. We are shading ourselves something fierce.
Me with my mountain of dice next to me, like, don't look at me.
Yeah. I know. Shut up. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, dear.
Real. It's random. Sometimes we'll do special compilation shows like the Displacer Beast show, cutest Displacer Beast of the last year. On New Year's, or when we think the New Year lands,
Vale's
we'll
turn.
do a
Yeah.
on the Vale's turn. What we will do is we'll sometimes we'll have a clip show of the favorite Oculus polls of the year. It can sometimes, because it's random, sometimes you watch something and you're like, oh, we don't want to be watching this. And it's just not pleasant. But most of the time, it's good or neutral.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't remember consenting to my image being broadcast to another.
It's probably in the
plane.
bloody contract, wasn't it?
There's a contract that every being in existence gets the second
At
they're
birth.
born.
Yeah.
Christ.
So, would you like to go there, or are we still going to be en route to the Spire for the Nexus?
What do you think, Eugene? You seem keen to look at the Oculus.
Well, I'm just sort of fascinated to see how it works, honestly.
Well, we've got
But we can
quite
do
a
that
bit of
after.
time, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, is it on the way?
Yeah,
Opposite
we're going
direction,
to...
but you've got all the time you want, really.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to see how it works, we should probably look at it before we do something that potentially gets us thrown out / killed
Yeah.
by the
What
That
if
is
we
true.
like accidentally crumble society? Then you won't be able to look at the cool things.
That's a good point. Maybe we should do that first.
Okay.
Perfect. Is the Oculus held in the same arena of the? Yeah. Okay, then I'm going to start walking.
it's
us
actually
back in
below
that
your
direction.
tower, and the controls for it are part of.
I have a tower.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
and the controls for it are based on where your team sit within the tower when you are presenting. So you've got this little floating tower that kind of comes out, and you sit at the top in your wonderful place where everybody can see you, and then your team are all below, controlling lights, like activating, like resonating sound, casting magic where they need to enhance things, etc.
I have all my engineers. Yeah. But I'm gonna. At what time would the nightly Oculus show happen?
Oh, probably after light turn, so after the Everlanterns
Okay.
change. So you have some time to kind of go. You could go now. It's probably between shows at the moment.
Yeah, awesome. Let's do that. Let's get it in between shows so that if they want to check anything, they can.
Wonderful. You make your way back to the Gauntlet. As
The Tabaxi's back.
Tabaxi's like, yeah, and faints. Starstruck.
Baby.
You make your way back in the way you came to the lower levels initially, and I think Tiberius, you can take them back through, and you kind of below the Gauntlet there are a series of passageways which kind of seem to go off to other platforms. As you come back in, Timber is hard at work setting up something, and there is actually one of those two dwarfs I mentioned with a blonde beard that's kind of braided really far down with blue streaks that have been painted in that kind of go up to some tattoos that they have matched over. Thick arms for Rock and an easy smile and a wedding band prominently displayed on one finger. This is Barrock Deep Delve, who is the more approachable of the couple, who Tiberius you've dealt with on a number of occasions.
Barak, how are you?
Oh, I'm very well. Oh, it's the Chosen. Hello. Sorry, let me just put this down and kind of like shifts over this massive piece of scenery. Wonderful show. My husband and I were immediately enraptured by everything you did. It's so different seeing you in person to catching you on the Oculus. It's amazing. You're all amazing. We're slightly in awe.
Stop.
Sorry. How many times have we been on the Oculus?
Well, at first, it was only every once in a while, and then as more people got into you, it seemed to show you more regularly.
When did it first start showing us?
The first adventure that we caught, what were you doing? You were in the big forest with a very scary man who was supposed to be guiding you somewhere.
That'd be Fulton.
Oh.
Yep.
And then we caught your adventure with the bunny girl. She was amazing. Really enjoyed your time with her, and the cute
Equally
little
as scary.
Yeah, also terrifying, but in a different way.
and the cute little cat druid, tabaxi druid. They were wonderful guests. Wonderful to see them.
That was ages ago.
Yeah, and then from there, we just caught you more regularly.
And have you seen any of our activities inside, any large temple-like structures?
No, we don't see what happened. We've seen you going into one, but we don't know what happened after that. We have theories. Maybe you can answer. I mean, we've actually really interested. I'm sure.
Oh no, we wouldn't want to ruin the finale.
Spoiler alert.
I just give him a side eye. I'm like, come on now.
Well, we look forward to seeing those. And this is really weird. And he kind of reaches in and kind of pulls out a little book, which has got, you can see it's filled with like sketches and things. And he finds an empty page towards the back. I don't suppose you'd be willing to sign a piece of paper to say that we'd met. It'd be an
It's not another contract, is it?
Yeah, I know. Rock's like, is there small print?
No, it's literally just so I can show my husband that I met you.
Oh, okay.
But he won't believe you?
Of course, but it's always nice to have an evidence.
Yeah, I'll sign it.
Hands it to you.
Ashley does it, and she draws a little picture of her.
That's
Like a really
adorable.
bad one.
Thank you. That's so much.
Rock takes it and signs, like his signature takes up most of the page.
Because, of course.
Fucking Hancock over here.
Eugene does like the opposite. His signature is tiny in the corner.
A demure little one.
It's wonderful, thank you. This has really made my week. Not that it's been a bad week at all, but this is something extra.
Your flattery is too much.
Tiberius, you are spoiling us. You really are.
Oh, when don't I?
Very excited by the set designs we've got for your confrontation with Cotton. I can't spoil anything, but we are very excited.
So, did you create the special effects and the spectres and everything?
Most of that is Timber's work, but we provide the materials and we help smith and build some of the constructs.
There's Ashling's.
Oh, that's adorable.
Oh,
That's so cute. Well, they were very effective, and quite pointy and dangerous.
I mean, I hope you were not too badly harmed. Everything has a safety cutoff, obviously, because the Gauntlet has to. But they needed to feel realistic. Were they a good approximation of the creatures you fought before?
They were all as threatening as before. Yes, I think there was a great deal of blood and pain, but yes, no, it was very convincing.
We did think about doing the Monarch as well, but we felt like 2 rat themed in one show might be a bit much.
Oh no, you must have variety in the show.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not being joking. I've kind of gone back and watched the stuff with the Monarch, and it terrified me a little bit.
Yeah, it was scary as shit.
Tiberius, the Monarch is a god of rats and is the
that's
equivalent
nasty.
of a giant rat king
That's too much.
that can cast its mind through any rats within we think, the entire world.
It's big dishonored energy.
I don't like that. I was just gonna say it was never my favorite. Why would you want a rat hive mind that big? Anywhere in the world? No, thank you.
Fair. So you could just re-watch the things that you've seen on the.
Sometimes only things that have been seen before. Go back and watch them again. I think that's how they make the compilation shows, isn't it, Tiberius?
Yes. So there is a central bank where we, wherever possible, we do try to record what we get from the Oculus. And sometimes the magic cooperates and lets us record. Sometimes some of the engineers think that it records under leave of the Nexus. So if the Nexus deems whatever was shown to be unimportant, it won't be recorded. But most of your appearances have been recorded. And then that is how we build up, out of the most exciting ones, we build up the Gauntlet each year.
I thought you said what the Nexus shows is random.
Yes, what the Oculus shows us is random. But
The Oculus
every
shows
now
us
and then, there are recurring ones. Or like recurring
But it seems like it
themes.
picks us quite often.
Well, I mean, yes, there has favourites. If it seems if people resonate with something, the Oculus chooses to go back to it. And your adventures have been heartening and exciting, and to come from where you were to where you are is been such a wonderful thing to watch.
Well, I mean, it's very flattering slash strange to think that you were all watching.
Yeah, a bit weird.
But yes, well, I mean, that's why we're going to go and have a look at the Oculus, see this marvel of privacy.
Yes, of course. Follow me. Barrick, it has been lovely to see you.
And you. Best of luck. Enjoy your week, and we look forward to the next show. We're very excited.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Timbo's just waves from where they are, and they kind of have been holding on to something, and then Barrett kind of, oh no, sorry, runs over to try.
I give them a wave and a nod, and I'll continue on.
They seem nice.
They are lovely. Very good, upstanding pillars of the community. Now, let's have a look and see what we can find of your recordings. I'm going to see if I can pull up any recordings of our dear friends, of our champions.
I'm going to ask our champions if they could each choose a moment that they would, as players, like to recall from our adventures. That
They would like to.
that you would like to, as Charlie, you would like to recall.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
And saying what we'll do is, whilst you think about that, I shall give a description. So you kind of go back out into the, come out from behind the arena and climb up sort of like this quite large open area behind, and then onto this tower, this beautiful golden tower, which you only saw the bottom of before. Inside there is like several seating. It's actually it's probably about 3 levels high. It's not huge inside. Probably about 4 people can fit in there comfortably. 5 at a push. There's 2 seats on each level, apart from at the top, which is open and has a large, comfortable chaise lounge with like a champagne cooler and like a microphone kit. And you instantaneously recognize that this must be where Tiberius sits.
Correction, where he lounges.
He lounges, yes.
Fucking living that Astarian life.
I walk outside here and I say, damn, some of my best work has been done on this chaise.
Oh, really? Wink.
I would never. Wink.
Actually, winks again. Unsure when you're supposed to stop doing this.
Eugene just turns to Rock and is like, "Why is everyone winking?"
I don't know.
Do you want to join in? It's fun.
There's a lot of innuendo in the air. Wink.
Well, it's getting in Ashling's
is?
eyes.
Anyway, I'll continue on.
I'm sorry, innuendo is normally lost on me. I only just recently found out what a snack is.
Oh! Oh, I forgot about that. Sweet,
Yeah, I
innocent,
know.
autistic Eugene.
We do have a sub-compilation of every time Eugene has missed a social cue. It's very fun.
How
Oh,
big
God,
is that
no, you
fucking
don't.
hard drive? Jesus.
Please delete that.
That's really quite a horrific thing to let Eugene know.
Wait, you knew about the snack thing? Has everyone here seen that?
Not
No.
everyone. Sometimes people don't come to the viewing. Sometimes people have other plans for the evening.
There's
And it
nothing
doesn't
else
happen-
to do here. People aren't even pooping.
Yeah, it's not even
That's
like
my
they miss it
evening
because they
plans
went
out
to
the
the loo
window.
halfway through the show.
Oh God, yeah. There's no need for intermission. I say, well, you know, we do also have every time Rock has been flirty with people.
I
That
don't
one
flirt
is
with
fun.
that many people.
Another crazy hard drive required for that.
For sure.
It's not as
For
big as
sure.
the ones where Rock is flustered by people flirting with Rock.
Oh, for sure.
Don't know what you're talking about.
So
And we have Ashling's best comebacks at people, which is great. Which has been fun.
Yeah, baby. I don't know.
We've gotten quite a bit of showing material from your adventures. There was a lot to go off of.
But I'd imagine the
I'd
biggest
like to
hard drive
submit a
space
formal
is taken by
request.
Skier's stabbings.
Fucking
Yes,
Eugene
there is
sending them
a-
a DCMA takedown.
I'd like
Yeah.
to make an FOI request that everything, everything involving me missing a social cue be deleted from the system.
There are infinite backups. Skia's, there are so many stabbings for Skia, we just have the top 10, and every time a new one happens, we just update.
That's
Can
fair.
we get a copy of that for her? Because she'd love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
she would.
I'll try.
Do they come on little discs?
Little crystal discs.
Do any of you have a USB?
Oh my god.
I have a little crystal USB.
Yeah.
Can upload it on there.
Plug it into
wrong
your
way
house.
around.
Yeah.
It's always the wrong way round first.
You can never
Yeah.
find the right way.
Yeah, the-
Wrong.
How is that?
Wrong.
How does that make any
Right?
sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked our three regular players for
Oh shit, yeah, I was supposed to be thinking
their
about that.
favourite moments. I'm going to ask Wayne to go first. A moment that you'd like to remember as Wayne, if not necessarily Rock.
I think it would be during the fight with the AL.
Ooh.
Swing
And-
big.
It's the moment when we were like up on the walls of the thing, and there were
That
people
was
attacking
cool.
at the
That was
bottom,
pretty
and it
cool.
was like it. In Rock's memory, it's a bit like the Avengers in the Attack of New York kind of scene. Like everyone was kind of back to back, and Skier was fighting with us, and our allies were like down there, but there were hordes of things kind of like swarming us, and it's that moment that Rock would kind of think of.
There is these armies of feral fae battering this loose union of ragtag heroes from the Scattered Lands and from Parshkikk's Isle, an island that had just woken up for the first time in 1,000 years. Behind them is this terrifying, towering monster of ice and stone calling out to all the fae on the island. And you see our four friends fighting amongst them on the top. You see Rock cast out a huge gem which shatters, and a huge fire elemental appears to fight alongside
yeah, I forgot
them.
about that.
You see Aisling commanding an army of little tiny white imps. That
They
have
all
been
fly out of
No.
that have been
It's right there on
summoned.
the tape. We got the
No!
receipt.
See,
now,
I told
look.
you. Look, you can
Zoom
see
in.
it.
Enhance.
Enhance! Computer, enhance!
Um,
On screen, imp butts!
It's this wonderful, like quite powerful moment of camaraderie and heroism that is very natural. But looking back on it, you all think, "Oh God, we were terrified at that point."
But I think that's also one of the reasons that Rock, well, and Wayne was kind of remembering, is because although it has this kind of like heroic kind of visual to it, it was also like chaotic and also actually quite scary.
So I'm going to move on to Theo. What memory would Theo like to bring up?
Mine is really silly after that epic moment.
Good.
As it should be.
Theo's favourite moment would be when Eugene discovered that his mum wasn't who he thought she was, and the interrogation of from Aisling and
Yeah.
Rock when they were, is she a crime lord?
Ashley, she is. She's a crime lord.
Oh my god!
So for Apollo's background, Eugene's mum is a hero from the last generation. She
So
was a spy
badass.
and a warrior, and she was in the background. And she told Eugene none of this growing up. And Eugene got to figure it out as an adult. And she came clean, but not before Rock and Aisling had theory crafted a whole criminal empire that didn't exist.
As you should.
We were convinced
And then
that the
proceeded
secret
to like
was...
ask Eugene what the secret was, and then before they would allow Eugene to tell them, offered all of their theories.
Yeah,
We had it all figured out.
yeah.
I'm gonna watch this moment back, and I'm just gonna say, if it makes you feel any better, we had a running tally on what theory was correct. So, if that makes you feel better.
Makes me feel better.
What was
it one of
what
mine?
was the popular theory?
Crime
Was it
lord.
Crime Lord?
Yeah.
Actually, no. The popular theory was Secret Elder God.
Oh yeah, a niche
Actually never considered
choice.
that.
Niche, when you have a top-down perspective on watching these things happen, you're like, what's the wildest curveball? And that often happens in the world.
But they could be ancient god and crime lord.
True.
Possibly. But at that point, your crime network is just your followers.
Which is a sickening thing to have happen.
And we're back to cults.
Cult and religion, baby.
The things we keep coming back to in this session. Cults, religion, poop.
Yep.
Not the episode title.
Yep, it is.
Why not? Coward.
Let's get a poll in the chat.
Yeah.
Hedge, come on.
Choose your fighter. Cult, religion, or poop.
Quickly
The
stops
3
polls.
genders.
The 3 genders.
Dear. And last, Charlie, what would you like to recall as Charlie?
Oh shit, I had it in my head. Oh yeah. When we first got the mansion and we all went and had a look at each other's rooms. And we all decided what our rooms are gonna be. Yeah, because it was like Aisling's first like proper nesting home.
Yeah, and she
And
made
it was
it. And she made
everyone's-
it a swamp bog.
I made it a bog. And everyone's rooms was their
And I
own
made you a
like,
frog.
thing. And you made me Clementine.
Ah.
My giant orange frog. And
As you should.
yeah, that was Aisling's favourite little moment because it was like, oh wow, cool, a home.
That's
She had her own room.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful. These 4 moments kind of come off. Charlie will be back in a moment. I think she's just had a bit of a glitch. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, she's just popped out for a second.
R.I.P.
I think these moments kind of come through one at a time. I think for me, I'm going to put forward the snack incident where a very charming tiger person with curiously backwards hands leant over a bar when conversing with Rock and Aisling and Eugene about what they would like, and kind of implied that maybe Rock would like to hire one of the ladies or gentlemen that he had under his employ as a snack, and Rock got very flustered.
I don't remember that.
Charlie's internet went poop, so she will be back in a moment.
Well, at least something got poop.
It's backed up, I'm telling you.
A year.
This is what happens when you don't poop for a year.
Yep.
As you
I don't know
are,
what you're
Gives
talking
out.
about. I feel fine.
as Tiberius is flashing through moments for you, there are
Wait,
two
Tiberius
things-
is flashing?
So like
I'm
flicking
showing a
through
little bit of
moments.
titty.
Just as a treat.
A little bit of a nip slip.
There are two other moments which stand out. The first of which is a group of young adventurers facing down a rock. A giant bird, a familiar fiery creature that has, as you watch, sweeps down and grabs the human armored figure by the arm and lifts him clear. Which you'd only heard about in passing previously. But this, of course, is how Rock's young friend lost his arm. And you see the same group a little bit later wandering through the back streets of Cloud's Cairn, familiar, near the Ogre's Rest. And with them is a familiar looking figure, dressed in different clothing, flame haired, dark skinned. You see them with Pyron Pyrus.
Can we tell when this would have been?
So from their adventures, you can see that they've got better equipment and they are more weathered. So you would think this is after you last saw them, which was when you saved them from the stone curse.
So this is after that, sorry.
Yeah, so this is after that.
And what's the context of the situation? Like, do they look like friends? Are they arguing?
They're all walking through chatting. Pyron is standing quite close to the orc wizard that you met before, who she seems to be explaining something to him. And there's some laughter and some back fours, and kind of Pyron looks up nervously and then looks as if it's all right for him to laugh, and smiles and laughs as well. He seems... Well, insight check off of you both.
Is this new, or is this recorded?
You saw this a few days ago. This is kind of like...
Okay.
These guys are... They kind of touch on... People got fascinated
Okay,
with this
so we
with
have
adventures.
we have an extended universe where it's like,
Yeah.
and these are the recordings of the guys that
Yeah.
have interacted with the... Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so and kind of you've seen some of their adventures. They're not as popular as the Chosen, but they are well liked because they're quite a charming bunch of adventurers. They've gone through as much as the Chosen have, so I think people relate to them, particularly since they seem to not do quite as well as the Chosen do.
They're getting a cult following as like underdogs for
Yeah.
sure.
And
There aren't
every
that many cosplayers.
it's one of those things from your guys' side. Every time they cross over with the Chosen, it's a big episode, like because everybody.
It's a
like,
big event.
like, oh, they met up again. What did you roll? Yeah,
I rolled a 27.
27.
I rolled an 18.
And 18. Both of you, from your limited interactions with Pyron, never saw him relaxed or jovial or joyful. He seems a little less self-assured. He seems almost young, like he's taking his lead from the adventurers around him. But it is him. It is his face.
I'm just going to kind of look at Eugene and just, again, telepathically just say to Eugene, that was Pyron, right?
Well, it definitely looked like Pyron. But I'm confused. Wasn't Pyron one of the people that was there when they were turned to stone? Why would they be so friendly with him?
I don't know. Okay, well, we need to get in touch with the Adventurers Guild or or somebody in Clouds can and find out. Maybe he's pretending. I don't know. I honestly have no answers. That's just very weird and concerning.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say out loud. Well, that's interesting. We know some of them.
Yes, yes. Anytime we are shown, let's call them side characters in your
Ooh,
story,
ouch.
we tend they're people in their whole realized worlds, but you know, you are the main characters of your story. Your party is, but every now and then there are other noticeable recurring characters. So we like to keep track of them as well wherever possible, and we keep those viewing sessions so that if, for example, say you were to battle them, we would be able to have a lead up and be like, and this is what they've been up to.
Okay. Well, I mean, wow. Yeah.
We're not going to battle them. Are we, Brooke?
No.
I don't know. We can't tell the future. We can just tell what's happening.
No, there's no reason why we would be battling them. If anything, it would be battling alongside them. They're quite adept adventurers.
Anytime your parties
Mostly.
cross over, it's very big for us.
Oh, good to know.
Yes, there's a very big cosplay and shipping culture.
Wait, before Parshkikk's Chosen were like the adventurers that you guys all seem to watch. Were there other parties of adventurers?
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely loved the Bright Blades.
I was going to ask. I don't suppose you probably have a bunch of footage of my dad. He's one of the Bright Blades. They're a famous adventuring party.
Oh, we have reruns of the Bright Blades. It's an annual event. Annual event.
Goody.
Thought this might be the one place I could escape the
Ha!
She's back.
Alfred Appleby's son.
Hello!
Hello.
I'm so sorry, guys. I've no idea what happened. My internet just decided to be
It
like...
lives.
Real.
Internet just fucking died, but I'm here. Hi.
Hi.
What did I miss?
So
Pyron's alive.
we just saw the adventurers.
Wait, is that what that means? I thought it was just from before that happened.
Yeah. So you've seen a strange image of like you did all your reruns, and then you saw a rerun of sorry, my brain tonight. What was just before Pyron?
That was me.
I'll go back and watch it later. There was a rerun of a recent adventure for you guys. It was the moment that Rock met the Rakshasa
Oh yes.
and was flustered by the
No.
terming of snacks.
No, it wasn't.
And then there was a flick, and you saw the younger adventuring party that you guys have associated with since very early on.
The ones who returned to Stone, and we helped them.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
They were wandering around Cloud's Cairn with a very alive, but very different acting Pyron Pyrus.
They were all chatting and like laughing like friends.
I leave for 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
So
See.
that's present day.
Close enough.
Is that
I
what you're
think.
saying? I'm so confused.
Yes, yes, present day. Or relatively present anyway.
Well, what the hell?
Yeah, so we'll be in touch with some people back at Cloud's Cairn to just check on some stuff about that then, shall we?
Uh-huh. I think so.
For sure, that is something you can do. Is there anything you want to examine here? Or shall we get moving to the spire, do you think?
Eugene, do you want to run a quick Arcana check?
I'll give
Yes.
I'll give you the help action, and I'll give you a bardic.
Lovely.
Nice. This is about to be disgusting.
As it should
I
be.
mean, see how the roll goes, but you can have guidance too.
God damn. Let's see if we can get it into the 50s, baby.
Yeah, if you guys break 50 again.
Again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They did a collective roll and it breached
It was
50.
glorious.
It was
That's fair.
glorious.
20. 44.
Close
Did
on
you
your
add
own.
the bardic?
Yeah, it's D10,
Okay,
right?
yes. Yeah, D10.
Good
Yeah, I rolled an
lord.
18. Wait, I rolled an 18 plus... No, it's way more than that. I can't do maths.
That's
What
right.
was it?
Is it 18 plus 2? 20,
20.
36. No, that is right.
Yeah.
44.
Fucking hell, dude.
So you
44 on
you
your
look
own.
this thing over. You're kind of wandering through. It is effectively a permanent use of the scry spell, tied through an apparatus that randomizes where it hits and locates. But it's passive, and you're like, well, what's it using? And I think you kind of start to look at it, and you look at the magical resonance, and it suddenly occurs to you. This thing taps into the sky shield itself.
Oh, this is bad, actually. We should can we turn this off?
No.
This is taking energy from the sky shield. Do you
Which keeps
understand that?
everyone alive.
Well, is it taking energy from the sky shield, or is it just looking through the sky shield? Because we've been doing the... Have you, in any of your research, noticed that the sky shield... Is there any indication that the sky shield is getting less powerful?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
A hunch,
well,
actually. We just before coming here, there was a sky quake, and everything fell several feet,
And everything kind of was pointing in this direction.
so that you
Okay.
can watch your
And are
stories.
okay, but
Are you kidding?
Okay, but are you sure that that's us? Because we only have one Oculus. That simply cannot be drawing that much power.
But it's an Oculus that is constantly over 1,000 years scrying on the world.
Uh-huh. That's quite a lot of energy.
Hey, how about this? How about this? Maybe we just try turning it off for like 10 minutes and see what happens. That's fine, right? We could just turn it off and see. And if everything seems like the energy is staying over there and everything's good, then we know that this is a problem.
Wait, can you turn it off? Have you
we
ever?
could just do a little test. We could turn it off because I think we should. I really think we should turn it off if we can.
Question for the DM. In the Gauntlet, we use the Oculus to get inspiration for our shows.
Yes.
What was it? Do I know what it was used for before? Because they're seeming to
No
indicate that it wasn't made for that. It's been here since Steeltown has existed.
Yes, it was gifted by Adzi. And Adzi's
Well,
explanation is it draws its power from the Nexus, like everything in Steeltown.
Well, the Oculus itself was a gift from Adzi for the purposes of getting inspiration for the shows here at the Gauntlet. It's not, to my knowledge, it's not older than 200 years old, which is how long we've been doing these shows. And Adzi said that it draws power from the Nexus, same as everything else in Sealtown.
Oh my
So
god,
the
the Nexus draws
Nexus-
powers from the
From the
fucking
shield.
Sky Shield.
The Nexus is drawing power from the Sky Shield.
That
if I
thing
find
is
out
huge.
that we've been on this quest for months, two of us have died, all so that you guys can watch Netflix, I'm gonna be enraged.
Nexus flicks.
It will be Netflix and it will be Nexus Flicks and Kill.
That's the episode title. That's the episode title.
I still like the one with poop in it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah.
How did
Tiberius,
you know?
this is really this is actually really quite serious. The Sky Shield is literally at risk of potentially crashing the world. So if we are in even a little way right about this, there's a lot of questions we need to address.
Wait.
So
This maybe this is what the lawkeeper was talking about. The lawkeeper
Who's the
told me.
lawkeeper?
He's one of
is he
the
somebody you
12
dated?
gods. He's just a god, no big deal.
No. Back to that. What? Who's the lore keeper?
You don't know about the 12 gods here?
No gods.
The Nexus to Nazi. Are pretty cool.
Okay, so where we're
cult,
from,
Eugene.
there's 12 gods, and one of them, the lawkeeper, he's like in charge of knowledge. And
There's
secrets
Sleepy,
and stuff.
Sneezy, Dopey, Dark, right?
Yeah.
Dasher, Dancer,
Right,
Paul, John, and Ringo.
and Alabaster now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Tibbs, there's something when they're talking about the 12. There's something there, but it's not real enough.
Oh god, we're gonna have to
kind of
deprogram him.
Oh.
This is definite cult
That-
shit.
That's. I believe you, but also I've never. Nothing feels like that. No indication that it's real, but I believe you.
But I
But
mean,
you
that
did
makes
notice
sense.
that you dated him. I want us to circle back to the dated a god part because I think I heard
That's
that.
not true. That's not true. That's not true.
I mean, no, Eugene has a team of loads of people. Anyway,
I have the zone of truth spell, and I'm not afraid to drop it. Have you? Who
I'm telling
here
the truth.
has
I
slept
never
with
went
a
on
god?
yeah, no, he wasn't
Eugene looks a
dating.
rock.
He wasn't dating. It was just anyway. But look, it kind of makes sense that you wouldn't know about the gods. You've been in this bubble. I mean, so I totally get that. But wait, so what did the lawkeeper say about this then?
So the lawkeeper told me that Atsi had secluded himself here and he was keeping something here and he was afraid that it was having an effect on the world.
Okay, and so wow, that really does sound like the effect on the world could be that Adzi is keeping people alive here by taking power from the Sky Shield.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see where this is going.
Can you though?
For your consideration, if the path that you are down sets you on the action of destroying the Nexus in some way to repair your Sky Shield,
And yours.
everyone here will probably die. Just putting that on the table so that we know where we stand, maybe.
Understood.
Possibilities.
No, understood. But we need more urgently than we thought to see what the Nexus is actually doing and is about, because
We
well-
don't have a plan for what we're going to do yet. We just need information. So don't worry. We're
Okay.
not going to, annihilate you.
That would be fun if you didn't annihilate my town. That would
Okay.
be fun.
Oh, hold
I
on.
can't-
Wait, say it again.
I really can't be like, hey, I would like to be a father someday, and you guys be heard, we're gonna destroy your town. So,
Don't.
But what I
destroy.
just
Don't
so you want
destroy.
to find out what's going on here with the Nexus and
would
stuff,
love
and
to figure out what's going on
You
with the
want
Nexus.
to be a father.
Would
So
love.
what was I'm just wondering what your plan was, what the eventuality was that you were hoping for, that you would be able to leave, or that you would be able to make life
just some
happen
change
here.
to some settings. Just to change a couple things.
Right.
I have a
Find
good
the
solid job. It's
control
pretty
panel.
fun.
you were just hoping we'd try to install an upgrade or a mod.
We could mod it. Can we get in there and scramble with the mods?
Yeah.
Sure.
Steel Town is actually a Sims expansion.
Does it support? Has it got a get on to open up old Vortex and start installing some mods?
Look, we need to get into the Nexus, and we potentially need to find out where or what happened to Adzi.
I would just like a promise that in the eventuality that the Nexus is drawing from the Sky Shield, that we not be too trigger happy to turn off the Nexus.
No, we're not going to just send everyone to their doom without giving it thought.
And that's all I asked for. Let's
I
go.
didn't say we should turn off the Nexus. I said we should turn off this, though, because really what's this doing? It's just showing you clips. I mean, surely you have a backup now of several thousand years of, 100 years of clips.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
You don't need the
Does
live
no
stream.
one have physical media anymore?
Yeah, maybe someone
Why
could
would we
write
want physical
something.
media? We have the Nexus.
Maybe you could like
No
just
Blu-rays?
show reruns and clip compilations for
There's
now.
only
We could just turn it off for a bit.
Or people
Just
could
for a
make up
bit.
their own stories around the fireplace.
Yeah, analogs.
Sounds fake.
Oh boy.
Do you know what? I'm
Oh.
warming to turning off the Nexus.
Storytelling and community? No.
Oh boy.
Rocks on his
Next
hands,
you
he's
want
looking
To
for
a
a plug.
pod. Yeah.
Next you'll want to turn it into a game. Get out of here with that.
Fucking Christ.
What else are we supposed to do with the dice if we don't have the Oculus?
I've got some ideas.
Shove up that juicy ass of yours.
I beg your pardon, Eugene.
Definitely wasn't from Eugene. That was from
No.
Eugene's been reading some dodgy
Eugene's
books.
been unhinged by this and is just a huge pervert now.
Now, Eugene is definitely at this moment just muttering to himself and pacing back and forth about how they
Oh,
need to turn off the
no.
Oculus or everyone's gonna die.
Eugene's having their Charlie Day moment with all the red twine.
Do I know of a way to turn off the Oculus or put it in power saver mode?
Great.
I say, well,
Go,
this was a
go,
present
go.
from Adzi, so the only person who knows how to... We know how to work it. We don't know how to turn it on
We
or
need
off.
to talk to Atzi.
Or at least find the instruction manual hidden in the Nexus.
This is fairly urgent.
Okay,
I know it's
let's
definitely
go.
not going to work, but I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic.
You cast Dispel Magic. What level do you cast Dispel Magic at?
Fucking 20.
Oh my god.
Drop a 9.
We'll
Drop a 9.
die.
I don't
You don't
have
have
a
a 9th level
9.
spell slot.
I have a 7th level spell.
Do it.
I mean,
What if we
Treat
need it
yourself.
though? I'll drop a 6th level spell.
a 6th level spell. Can you roll roll me a D20 and add your spell modifier, please?
That's a 25.
25. There is a moment where the screen goes off,
Ah!
and then it comes back on almost immediately.
For God's sake.
What happened?
Well, I tried to dispel magic, but clearly it's a higher level spell.
Bloody hell, Eugene.
I
Right,
think
can we
you-
go
you-
find
with
Atzi
your
now,
level of
please?
arcane, you recognise that it's not that it's a high enough level to you can't dispel it. It's the fact that it's regenerating.
Being recast, yeah. Sure.
Oh.
I could stand here and cast dispel magic.
And pass
You
out
guys
in
go.
about 4 minutes.
And
This is
stay
my
here.
life now.
You're just downing those
Save
little
yourselves.
blue potions so that you always have the
Oh.
spell slot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
can
get
just
an
take a
IV.
long rest.
Just get an IV of the blue potion.
Shot,
That is
spell slot, shot, spell slot.
nightmarish. Horrifying.
I'm gonna walk
thought.
us out of the gauntlet and walk us over to the spire.
You guys head towards the spire. A lot of heavy thoughts in your mind and a lot of questions as to what is going on opened. And that is where we're going to lay ourselves out tonight, because it is 10:05 and
Mon Dieu.
mon Dieu. This has been a very fun episode.
It has. It's been very
You
fun.
guys are all amazing. We are back next Wednesday. Apollo is joining us again, and we should have a Michelle back. So we should have our lovely skier. So very much looking forward.
You're going to be wrangling 5 of us?
You're going to
Yeah.
be stabbed.
Yeah.
boy.
I'm interested to see how Skier gets on with Tiberius. I really am. I
Me
think it's
too.
going to be in.
I think we'll be besties. No further questions.
I think she's probably going to stab you, but that's just me.
I think I'll die immediately. I don't have any hit points.
Die.
That's a
You
sign
can't die
of
here.
affection.
Yeah, it's
That's
her way
Skier
of
saying
saying,
that
"I
she
like
Yeah, I was
likes
going to
you.
say, I mean, to be fair, eventually everyone gets stabbed by Skier.
Yeah.
It's true. Folks, this has been wonderful. We'll be back next week. Could my players all say goodbye, and could Apollo please let people know where he can be found? And we're going to start with Apollo.
My street address is.
No.
Please do not dox yourself.
Someone tried to reverse psychology me into doxing myself. Didn't work. I have a strong mind. Hello,
Yeah.
my name is Apollo. You can find me on the internet at Tall Nerd Apollo. You're gonna go to a social media, right? You're gonna go to the funky little search bar. You're going to quickly X out of all the spicy accounts that you have there.
Yeah.
Because what if
What were
someone's
you
looking
gonna
over
say
your
there,
shoulder?
Apollo?
I wasn't gonna say anything. You're gonna put the words Tall Nerd Apollo in there. If I don't show up, I'm not fucking there. Otherwise, you can find me in the beautiful and blessed Republic of Ireland. That's it. And you can find me here next week.
Wonderful.
Woo!
Perfect. Everybody else? Anybody want to go first? Nope.
I got nothing.
You got
I
nothing?
got nothing.
You got something. You've always got something, Charlie.
I've got books. I've shouted about them loads, though.
I meant your mum.
We've got to say hi to your mum.
Oh, don't worry, I will. I got these two.
Yay, books are out. Buy the
Yeah.
books. Go to Charlie's socials to buy those books. And
Hi, Mum. Love you, Mum.
hi,
Charlie's mum.
Hello, Charlie's mom.
Stunning.
I was out of sync. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. It needs to be as
Don't
chaotic
worry,
as
she'll
needs to
love
be.
it. She'll love
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely brilliant. Wonderful. Theo, Wayne, is there anything you would like to plug or promote?
No. Not much happening.
Awesome.
Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. So that just leaves for me to say this has been a wonderful episode. Thank you to my wonderful players, for all of you for joining us, all of you who catch up on the VODs and YouTube. We love you to pieces, and our wonderful new family on Moonbeam. You are awesome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We've been some heroes. Roll dice, tell stories, be lovely to one another. We love you very much.
Love you. Bye.
See you next week.